Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live. It is the Schmodown Entertainment Network. I am me. I am Christian Harloff, and it's so nice to have you all here on the day of Friday. So I was thinking today, I was kind of going in the, what the hell was it? The Happy Harry Hard-On type of show today. You know that reference. It's from Pump Up the Volume, Christian Slater classic. First time I actually heard of the Pixies. So I tried to do an overlay thing for StreamYard. That failed miserably because my peeps at Call to Action got my messages a little too late. So, but I am proud of myself that I got some stuff going on. I actually got the overlay and all that. I'm actually doing this through StreamYards right now. So there is no robot today, unfortunately. Maybe fortunately for some, but unfortunately, without the robot, can't do this show for very long. So, but what I would love for you guys all to do is today I'm going to do something different. What I decided, I was like, yeah, you know, there was really crap for movie news out there. There was nothing going on. So what I did was I was going through, and I know that Brett couldn't do it today. He couldn't be on the show, but because he had to be remote. And he's like, can we do something? Can I call in? I'm like, the problem with that is that the damn Schmobot doesn't work if we do that. And then Bonnie wanted to be on the show. And then I was supposed to talk with McCouga a little later on. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just do a show where I just invite everybody on and we just talk for as long as we talk. And who knows? It's a Friday show. Maybe it goes an hour. Maybe it goes an hour and a half. Maybe it goes 4 hours. Who gives a shit? I figured that it'd be nice for you guys. I reached out to some special guests. I don't know who's going to show up. I have no idea. I just know that it's going to be fun, and there's going to be some cool stuff that we're doing. And I know there's a lot of people already in the chat at the moment. So, but I do emphasize though today, because if this show goes well and we can do more of these, the way that it survives, to be completely honest, is with the streamlabs.com/theschmodown. And we'll still do. I guess what we can do is at the $20 tier, we can do the impressions once I have people on. So, and I know Ben Goddard. I was gonna see, he's in the chat room right now. See if maybe he can call in a little bit. And I don't know where RB3 is. And I reached out to a lot of people. So we're gonna see who's gonna be able to call in and chat with us today, because I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think it'll be it'll be good to catch up with people too. See what the hell people are doing with themselves. I did reach out to a few special guests. I'm very, very, very curious if it's going to work out. How much time is that fart song? What's the which one? The one that the sound effect one? You know, I figured out how to do it, by the way, where it's just this one. This one you're talking about? It goes on for a while, but I can stop it now though. It's a good thing. I'm glad that people are occupied. I'm glad people are having a good time. I'm glad that people are liking these stupid videos that we're putting out. And a big shout out to everyone who's been helping us out, by the way, clipping things out, making animations, doing all of this. Darth Fuego already puts in a super chat and says, please have Charles tell everyone it's going to be okay. Hey, everybody, listen, the good news for me and you, now you know, is that I'm around for you and me and you and me. Now you know, now you know. I got friends like you. Now you know you got me. Now you know you got everyone. Now you know. Turn on the news. Turn off the news. It's not good for you. Now you know. Stick your head in the sand. Now you know, now you know. It's better in there. Now you know, now you know. When you take your head right out of the sand. Hopefully everyone's better and you can go to a restaurant. Now you know, now you know. Right now you can't. Now you know, now you know. Being okay, it is okay. Everyone's okay. Now you know, now you know. I'm by myself in my own head. I can't even believe there's an audience here. I think I'm dreaming. Now you know, now you know. I don't know what the show is anymore. Lost my mind. It's a classic Charles. It's a classic Charles. Yeah. So this is true. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this brilliance right here. Once Christian writes enough songs, he should release an album. Bob Dylan released a new song today, by the way. and it was when it comes out, and this is not a joke. Bob Dylan actually did write a song, by the way. He not write a song. He released a song. And it's about. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, this is for all those people who are staying home. And I'm like, oh, it's a nice cheery song. It's about the Kennedy assassination. I'm like, oh my god, it's deep, man. So I definitely want to listen to it, but I don't think that I can do that right now. Okay. So by the way, the other thing is news. Jack shit for news. Let me I'm going to bring up the news here right now, and I'll tell you nothing worth headlining about or talking about, right? Like Ridley Scott talks about Last Duel, and everything's about the freaking virus, right? Umbrella Academy is still finishing up. Macbeth stalls. I didn't even know there was another Macbeth. Space Jam 2 is still continuing. There's going to be 200 cinemas to reopen in Shanghai. There's a couple new trailers out. Some TV news. There was some Star Wars games that I think that were released for, some classics. I know Jedi Academy was released yesterday. Star Wars Pod Racer is going to hit PS4 and Switch. I think that's a smart idea. Bring out some of the classic games and let some people play them. It's not a bad idea. Anna Taylor-Joy is considered for the Fury Road prequel that George Miller is doing. That's kind of probably the biggest news that I saw. Adam Sandler talking about how he's never phoned it in before and some of his roles. So this stuff to, I guess, talk about, but nothing too interesting. And then there's this was news that popped out, I guess, in the wrestling world, is that Roman Reigns, obviously from his battle with cancer, decided probably not the best idea for him, and he's a little nervous to be around wrestling right now and be around people as he's recovering. He doesn't want to risk it. Now, I get it. That makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. It makes sense to you. It makes sense to everybody, I think. So who knows who's going to wind up wrestling. But I don't want to talk about wrestling anymore. Although my next guest might want to talk about wrestling. He loves wrestling. Oh so much. He's the biggest wrestling fan that I know. He started a website about wrestling. No. It was about wrestling people while intoxicated. I joke. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't talked to this guy in a while. Well, that's not true. He was at my barbecue not too long ago. But on the internets. And I bring him in because he's a big star now, ladies and gents. If you didn't watch it, we don't want you here. No, I'm just kidding. We do want you here, but we want you to watch it. It's Eating History. It is on the History Channel. I believe it's on Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. He is the star of that show. He's the host of that show. He's my buddy. He's Josh McCouga. What's up, Wild Man? Oh, wait, I can hear you. I can't hear you. Is your microphone on?
Is it?
Oh, wait. You know why? I know why. No, it's me. Try now. There we go.
You got me?
I figured it out. What's up, pal?
What's up, man?
Good to have you.
Good to be here, man. It's a bummer that my first time on SEN is not in the studio, but
I don't know about that. I'll tell you why. Because I was like, I'm figuring this whole thing out. Now, I'm very impressed with myself. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm impressed, dude. I'm very impressed.
I don't know how I figured out any of this. I not only did I get this thing up and running, I got my little lower third in there. I can't put anyone else's names on there. I don't know how to do that. But I have the top, and then I have you on here.
Perfect. That's all you need.
I'm impressed. So listen, dude, I checked it out. Show's awesome. You're awesome in it, man. You're really good in it. I mean, I knew you were going to be good. It's right up your alley when you told me about this thing. Yeah. Tell me about it though, because first of all, the first thing I got to ask you, how do you do this show with all the allergies you have?
Well, when we were first shooting, obviously we sat down with the medic. We have a toxicologist on set, and the nice thing is that I feel like all of the nuts and seeds weren't introduced into food until the health people got involved in the 2000s. Right? So,
just bread.
Yeah, a lot of the older foods are pretty safe. There's an episode coming up where we open a 1950s K ration with a fruitcake in it that we don't eat, that I don't eat because it's got a nut in it. But I'm allergic to tree nuts, so I can eat peanut butter, so that's totally fine. They really, the thing about it is they're looking for old historic food, and a lot of that food just doesn't have what I'm allergic to, which is great. It's a lot of people have asked me that question though. They've been like, "Are you okay?"
First thing I thought of was, I was like, "Oh my god, if there's an almond in there, we're in trouble."
Exactly. No,
Right.
so they were very careful with that.
That's good.
And I've been lucky. Yeah.
You better not piss anybody off. You don't become a diva.
That's the thing is I have like the most public Achilles heel in the world. If anybody needs to come after me, all I have to do is sprinkle some nuts on some food and I'm toast.
You don't run for office.
I'm good.
Yeah, tell me about the show though overall, man. I mean, tell me about filming it. Tell me about just in general, like the most fun stuff that was there anything that you were like, I'm not eating that.
Yeah. Dude, it was 4 months. It was a blast. We got to do some traveling. Old Smokey he's a very interesting dude, total legend. And the thing with it is that old food has an inherent risk. Obviously, like you can die if you eat old food. Yeah. And so, there's going to be some episodes where we don't try stuff because it's just not safe. And then there was a couple things where I was just like, this, I'm just not going to do it. And you know me, I'm usually the one that just jumps right in.
Oh, I know.
And so, those were interesting days. I mean, like every day on set was an adventure. I would call Amanda or text Amanda on my way to the studio every day, be like, today could be the day. So, I love you. Yeah. And
by the way, this is the other thing. I mean, not to bring it down, but you were shooting a lot of that show in New York.
Yeah.
Right? You got out of there, man. I mean, that's crazy. My hometown, it's nuts. 50% of the cases right now.
I got out of there like a week before the whole thing exploded.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the whole production staff is still there. They're all working remotely. Obviously, like, making a television show is hard enough. Now you got to edit and work remotely. It's become what they're doing behind the camera is pretty impressive.
Yeah. And they got it out there pretty quick. It looks great. That the hot sauce part was karma, right?
Oh, dude. When we got to this guy's house with the hot sauce, I told him the Ellis story immediately.
Of course.
And everybody got a kick out of it on set. And what you didn't see, and because the show is focused on older stuff, they only showed the Tabasco. He actually, as part of the show, they thought it'd be funny, whatever. We tried some hot sauce that was 6 million Scoville. Dude, my stomach and my face and everything wasn't the same for about 72 hours.
It's like you went 10 rounds with Tyson.
Totally.
So, well, what's funny about that? This is shows you the power of hot sauce, just the Tabasco, because that was what, 30 years old?
40. Yeah.
40. Okay, so it was what, 1980 or whatever it was?
Yeah.
1980. That's really not that long ago. It's 40 years old. I was like, all right, at first I'm like, oh, come on, do some hot sauce from like the 1800s. I'm like, wait a minute. If it's that hot 40 years ago, like it'd be like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Your face would
that's the thing is, I think with first season, we got the oldest stuff that we could find. But I think, fingers crossed, knock on wood, we get a season 2. I think a lot of people are going to come out of the woodwork and be like, hey, I got a hot sauce from like 1910. And I'm like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, you're going to be in trouble. But so people are loving the show. It's a lot of fun. Is it just Wednesday nights at 10 or is there?
Wednesday nights at 10 so we double stack episodes the first 3 weeks. So you'll get 2 new ones next week and 2 new ones the next week. And then for 4 weeks after that, you'll get a new one on Wednesday and then a repeat. So you basically have 7 straight weeks of shows, Wednesdays at 10. And then there's tons of replays throughout the week. Just tune into history and you'll see the show. They're playing it all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty cool.
How many episodes did you do?
10.
You did 10 full episodes.
10 full episodes, yeah.
Wow. And so feedback pretty good so far. People at the History Channel and stuff too?
I have not had somebody like, there's always a critic. There's always somebody saying something. But for the most part, everybody's been awesome. Everybody's loved it, the history of it, the dynamic of it. I've been so pleased with how reviews have come in. A lot of people have written some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's been overwhelmingly positive. History Channel was so on board with this show from day one, and they've been awesome. And I don't know. I think I'll know Monday how the ratings for the first couple were, but from what I understand, everybody's very, very happy. So
that's great. So we lovingly call our audience the shitwads. So where will the shitwads be able to find the show if they don't know already?
So you can go, obviously, History Channel on Wednesday nights. There's a History Channel app that you can download, and then history.com will play the shows as well. Hulu Live has it. If you have the Hulu Live subscription, YouTube, I know YouTube TV does not. A lot of people told me that. I didn't know. But if you have Hulu Live, that is, and then it comes out in Canada in 2 weeks, and then I believe History UK in about a month, from what I understand. But if you live in those places, you can obviously go to history.com or you can download the app.
So if you have the History Channel app, obviously you can just pull up old episodes, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Awesome. It's awesome, dude. Congrats. I'm excited for you. I was happy to see your mug on the on screen. And yeah, Old Smokey, by the way, like that. So what's the relationship with that guy? He seems like a character.
He really is, man. He's a really interesting guy. He's from West Virginia. They found him. So you remember when I went on the audition in July of last year, I had to leave a couple days from Collider Live, and I met a lot of the guys that I auditioned with were, Old Smokey. They found him because he was trying old military rations on YouTube, like unboxing them and trying them. And so he was one of the dudes I auditioned with, and I stayed in contact with him. He was actually a really, really nice guy, very genuine, salt of the earth human being.
Yeah.
Crazy story is about 3.5 years ago, he was working on a riverboat. Like, this guy has had every job in the world.
He looks like a riverboat guy, though. He definitely does.
You're 100% correct.
Absolutely.
And he's the kind of dude that, like, I took him to Shake Shack for the first time in New York, right?
Yeah.
And it was in Times Square because they had me staying in Brooklyn because I did not want to stay in Times Square, but Smokey loves Times Square. So we went to this Shake Shack in Times Square, and he gets the hamburger and he pulls out his pocket knife to cut it in half. And we were sitting next to this mom and her son, and she was like, "Whoa!" Like, she freaked out when she saw the pocket knife.
Wait, was it like a Crocodile Dundee knife?
It was like a full, like, hunting knife. Like,
get
he
out of
pulled
here.
it out of his pocket.
You say pocket knife, I think like my little shit toy that I had.
No. Like, like a buck knife.
That's
and
awesome.
that's like a quintessential story. He's a very, very, like, dude, he gets along with everybody. He makes friends everywhere he goes. That beard is a conversation starter. He was working on a riverboat, and he almost got his leg taken off. So he walks with a cane or a crutch all the time because he can't put weight on his left leg. So he's basically, he's totally handicapped.
Yeah.
So everywhere we went, everyone's like, "Oh, what's with the crutch?" So he's, and people love him. He's a really cool dude. He's very, very interesting guy. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, and I also, the other thing that I've been paying attention to, it's so funny because you and I were texting back and forth, and like when the quarantine was just kind of starting and people didn't really know, there was no mandate yet from LA to like stay home yet. And I had asked you, I'm like, you staying in yet? You're like, we're definitely being cautious and doing, but we're this was again before there was any lockdown or anything. We're taking our times. But then, like, the next day, he makes the announcement, and then I see you doing stand up from the comfort of your own house.
Yeah. Dude, I just get so antsy and so bored, and I've been, out and away for the last 4 months that I couldn't wait to get back to LA and, like, get back into a routine, see some friends, work, like, take my wife out, do the thing, like, play some golf. And then this all happened. And so I was just like, you know what, dude, I just got to start making fun of myself and doing some stupid stuff. And I've got all that production material from the Josh McCougar show back in the day.
Right. What are you going to do? You going to film some more episodes or what? You could do it virtually, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I did sign up for the Streamlabs thing. And I still have my active YouTube channel. It's just a matter of time before I start doing stupid stuff.
Sure you will, because I'm going to bring in somebody also that I've been very bored with lately, and we've been doing a lot of stuff, and I don't even think that he realizes this. Maybe he does. Maybe this is part of the bit, but look at this guy. He's upside down.
Upside down? Am I upside down?
Know that you're upside down?
Oh, does that not work? How does it look?
What's amazing is that I almost like the fact that you're upside down. Is he upside down to you, Josh?
No, he's right side up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's upside down at me for some reason. It's so weird. Is he upside down to anyone else?
I've been adjusting my camera for like 30 minutes.
So for guys, is Brett upside down for you? Or is he normal? Because Makuga says he's normal, and everybody
mentally or
no, to me you're upside down. I mean, if nobody else says you're upside down, then I don't give a shit. Everyone says he's good.
Leon Mendoza said he's good. Brett is okay.
So, Brett, Josh, one of the things that Brett and I discovered, this is amazing, by the way. So I've also, like I told you, I was very proud of myself with this soundboard.
Yeah.
And just everything that I've kind of figured out. The other day, because now he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
It's better quality. No, you're good because it's better quality.
Oh, okay. Now I can't see anybody.
No, well, we can't see you either. So you're doing something wrong.
Take the lens cap off. Oh, there.
Yeah, you got to take the lens cap off. So I was, we have all these ridiculous songs and stuff in here that, David B had done all these music stuff. So obviously, you know me, Josh, I had to do at least one, right? And I had, but so now that particular
good one. That's a good one.
Well, wait, you have no idea because I got to get your reaction on this. So I just figured out how to, because this is the stuff.
Daddy boy, it's me. Daddy's having trouble.
So
Call an ambulance.
I'm able to like DJ and remix on this board, but I couldn't hit this button the other day, and it just kept going. Listen to how long this clip is. Keeps going. Keeps going. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, the way it ends is classic. Someone died on that one. It just goes. Listen. On. So we just put that the other day. I just wanted to do like a quick one. I tried to download one little thing and we couldn't stop laughing. It just went on so good.
Dude, I think I texted you like about a week ago. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago with the video of that guy farting and his like wife looking like.
Oh yeah, is that the black dude?
I'm talking about?
Black dude?
Yes.
Oh, so great. That guy was awesome.
And I think I texted you like, listen, I'll be on my deathbed. It might be sooner than later. Who knows where this world's going to? And I will always laugh at fart jokes. Like I don't care how old I am ever.
I know, but I had to convince you. You came around on it. You always loved them, but you gave up because when Collider Live started, you're like, "Do we want to be the fart show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, we do." And at first, you're like, "Come on, we can do it." And you're like, and then the next day, you're like, "You know what? Forget it. Let's just break it." Because I want to play that. I want to play that whole full clip, like when Roxy's on.
Yes.
And just like with everybody, because remember when what was the one? Yeah, it was the one that Cody found that one time.
The one that goes like.
Oh, yeah. That one was the best. We wanted to do it to celebrities, but we just never had a chance.
Man, so good.
Anyway,
so have you seen with Joe Rogan, or not Joe Rogan, Seth Rogen?
Yes.
Asking Alexa. Have you talked about that one?
Did you see that? Oh, dude. I'll play you the actual just him talking about it. Like it was. So of course, Amelia, this is my legacy is that people I got tagged on that so many times last time.
I know.
This is where is he? So Seth Rogen posted this out last night, and this is you hear the audio of it. Here we go.
Alexa, fart.
That was a tiny one. I have another one brewing. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
That was a silent one. Try asking me for a difficult fart. Or say random.
Could I hear a difficult fart?
Here comes a difficult fart.
Oh.
Try asking me for a random fart. A 60 seconds fart countdown.
Anyway, he stays on there for a while, just kind of doing it.
That's amazing. I didn't know.
No. So what else you been doing to pass the time, man?
Man, we play a lot of dominoes. I finished a puzzle. Watched that Tiger King documentary series, which is insanity.
Did you like it? Because Brett liked it, didn't like the end.
I said it could have been 5 episodes. It got a little repetitive.
Yes, Brett is 100% correct. I feel like maybe 5.5. It ended at 6, maybe. But that 7th episode was kind of totally useless. It really petered out. But I'm telling you, from episode 1 to 4, every like 10 minutes, you're like, wait, what? Like, I was trying to pitch this to my cousin who hasn't watched it yet, and she was like, I don't know, it doesn't sound like it's for me. And I wrote her a paragraph that like the elevator pitch, and I was like, and I stopped and I was like, you know what? There is no elevator pitch possible to sell you this show. You have to watch it. Like, I'm telling you, I didn't know these people existed on the planet. Like, I knew they did, but it's like, Christian, you have to watch it.
Really? And they're not like characters, they're legit?
Legit. They are legit insane.
Okay, because I saw the trailer last night. I'm almost. Did you finish, Josh? Did you finish Hunters?
Oh yeah, loved it.
So I'm about like 7 or 8 episodes in right now. That show gets like deep, man. Like it really does. Like there's a scene, there's a couple scenes in there that are obviously when you're dealing with the Holocaust and everything that happened, but it's just the way that they blend it in there. There was a particular, I'll just say this, a subway scene.
Yeah.
So like that's where we finished last night. But I was watching that show, and before we did, because we watched The Way Back the other night.
Okay.
And then we're like, well, because we know Ozark's is back now, right? Just came back. Comes back today, right? So we're excited about that, but we're like, oh, what do we do? And I said, everyone's talking about this Tiger King thing. Let me look. So I look at the trailer. And the first thing is like some guy gets his arm ripped off by a tiger. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to watch that right now.
It's actually a lesbian woman who lives in a junkyard, apparently. So.
Yeah.
How does a lesbian in a junkyard?
They always shoot her? No, they always shoot her with this background of just crap.
She's like living in an emptied out junkyard, man. I don't know what's happening.
But how does the tiger get in the junkyard?
There's no tiger in the junkyard. They're all working as like slave laborers at a tiger zoo in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And now she gets her arm ripped off, and then she goes back to work like 3 days later. No spoilers.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, at some point, I got to check it out. I just.
Here's the thing: I know that it's tough for you to sell Sadie on shows.
Yes.
I can't tell you how quickly Amanda was on board with this show. Like I was like, babe, we got to watch the Tiger King. And nobody had told us yet, but it was like #1 trending. I was like, we got to watch it. Within the first 15 minutes, Amanda was glued to the television.
I mean, I'll try. I'll see if I can get her to do 10 minutes, but she usually bails on most stuff. She bails on most stuff. So
she will not bail on this, dude. I'm telling you, this is like there's going to be like 50% of the adults out there will be a Joe Exotic for Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Is Joe Exotic? Is that his name?
Joe Exotic is like the main character. Yeah, then you have this woman who may or may not have fed her husband to a tiger. Then you have another guy who's a doctor of mystical sciences, which is basically just like a guy that hangs around and talks about space. Christian, I'm telling you, there is no words to describe how insane this series is.
Will they make a movie out of this? Or
I would imagine,
or a scripted television show?
It's kind of hard to do it, but yes, I think you could do a scripted TV show for sure. Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
You know what you really should watch, which I loved, is I'm Not Okay With This. Your kids would love it.
What is that? I feel like I've heard about that. Have I watched it? What is that?
So it's based on a comic book. It's the redhead girl from It.
Yes.
The little girl, and she plays a girl who like may have superpowers sort of thing, but it's more of like a teen drama comedy. It's it's only 7 episodes. It's 30 minutes a piece. It's really good. And then thanks to you, I finally watched Rise of Skywalker. And,
I sent you the code. I heard you loved it.
Dude, I loved that movie.
It's I'm telling you, this trilogy, and this is not a slight at all. This trilogy is for the casual Star Wars fan. My wife loved this and Last Jedi. It's for the casual fan. Dude, there's a lot because you didn't care about. Because you correct me if I'm wrong. You don't give a shit how the Emperor came back, right?
No, I just figured he was. Yeah,
right. That's my
magic.
Point. That's hey, from some Sith cloning dark magic. Fine. Yeah.
Okay. So what you're saying is you gave Makuga the code, so I can't get it.
How many codes have I given you? How many codes have I given you? One time, the guy beat you to it this time.
I'd say probably 100 codes.
Oh, did you see this? Did you see this? Look, Dax Shepard wants to play the Tiger King.
Oh, that's pretty good. He would be perfect as it. Totally. Yeah.
Pretty good. So look, like I told you guys earlier today, when I started this thing, this show, this network, it is dependent on both streamlabs.com/the Schmodown and Super Chat, but we can't do the Schmobot today because it just doesn't hook up. At least I haven't figured out a way to do that just yet. So we are asking for if you're able to go to streamlabs.com/the Schmodown, you want to ask some questions, please do so. We have a lot of cool guests on today. It would be helpful and be wonderful. So I'm going to start with Blue Maj 101 says, Christian, hey, I'm a longtime fan here, and I've been it's been kind of nerve-wracking lately being Asian American because of racism. I'm not a Kung Fu Asian. Anyway, thanks for the laughs this week, you and Brett. Question, who is the better writer, Tarantino or Sorkin? Let's start with the fact that, this is something that you do see a lot about with the fact that, people hear that this thing originated in China, and so right away they're just being stupid to Asian people in general, and it's like that's pure ignorance and pure stupidity. Yeah. So if you are, and if you are not really caught up in all the information and in general, and you're blaming it on one particular race, man.
They could hate Italians right now. Italy seems to be another epicenter. Just because some idiot ate a bat, anybody could be dumb enough to eat a raw bat and start this thing. Doesn't have to be Chinese.
Right. So wait a minute now. Is it so? Some people say bat, and some people say it's a pangolin. Which one is it?
It was a raw bat.
That's what I heard. But I also, then you do a search. It's like this. Have you seen what these pangolins are?
Oh,
yeah. They look like they're like lizards mixed with anteaters. And it's like, no one should be eating that. No one should be eating a raw bat. Nobody should be eating a pangolin.
And this is coming from a guy who ate 100-year-old Civil War park.
Right. That's true. But or the bread. Well, you know what? Going back to that before I bring up this other thing here. So what did you actually? Because I think what's so interesting about the premise of the show, also, Josh, is that you're learning a lot about history in general. Obviously, hence being on the History Channel. Is there anything? What's the thing that stood out to you the most that you learned during one of these things that you ate?
I will say when the Pringles episode comes, I think that's episode maybe 5 or 6. Pringles has a cool effing story, man. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
No spoilers yet?
No spoilers.
Yeah, that's fair. So the other thing, so David B, what we've been doing is, so this show, because Josh, we can say it now, but Collider Live, even though we play it a lot, we weren't really encouraged to play a lot. So on our show, we aren't really encouraged to talk about anything movie news. Pretty much just play around and do fart jokes and some movie commentary. But we've also been doing a lot of like stupid characters like you and I used to do on Collider Live. So David B just did a little musical piece for us that I haven't debuted yet. Even Brett hasn't heard this one yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm gonna let Josh play with this one too, because Josh, so you've been watching Dr. Fauci, obviously.
Oh, of course.
He's the best. We lovingly call him the Fauch on this show.
Sounds about right.
And so we have three let's say Goodfellas. 3 Goodfellas are gonna be talking about the Fauch. Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, you guys. You see, at first he took him off the air, but who came back? The fucking Fauch.
Okay, let's Sally talk.
Fauch. Okay, it's 1997. It's me, the Fauch, and the Gooch. Okay, 3 dudes walk in. Fauch, some girl stabs him right in the gut. Bow. The Fauch comes out and goes, "Not to worry. The Fauch, he's made of stone." Okay.
Hey, Louie.
The Fauch.
Hey, Louie, what do you think about the Fauch coming on back?
Oh, I was there. He took a piece of duct tape, just put it right over the stab wound, walks right out, says, no big deal. The only thing he's concerned about, he said, don't shake anybody's hands. That's all he wants, man.
Wash your
Don't
fucking
shake your
hands.
hand. Yeah, wash your hands and don't shake a hand.
I'm losing the audio.
20 years later, Fauch is the first investor in Purell hand sanitizer. I was like, Fauch, last time I saw you washing your hands, you was putting them in the urinal as a joke. Come on.
That fucking, its problem is I got to put that song in the actual TriCaster because it blends with. I'm learning all the audio, boys.
Hey,
Got it.
Yeah,
getting it done.
Yeah. So anyway, the Fouch is back. I was very happy to see the Fouch back because they took him off the air. But he's been doing a lot of podcasts, and he's the star of the show. I said, like, Josh, because there's always somebody that stands out, right? Like during the OJ trial, it was like Ito.
Yep.
And now we have the Fouch.
I was calling him Fouch Lamana to my brother.
He's the best. All right, so going back on Goddard's burner. All jokes aside, Pornhub are the real ones for giving free premium to the world. Now for an embarrassing question. Who's your favorite porn star? Mine is Mandingo. Who's Mandingo?
I think he's just like a dude with a huge donger.
You got a favorite porn star?
Brett?
The one that's been going around on all these little.
Is it free sex?
No, they'll send you one that's like a clip of, hey, Trump has the coronavirus, and you click on it, and there's a guy sitting on.
That guy.
I've never seen his work.
I'll be the one to get in trouble with the wives first. I've always been a Julia Ann fan. She's
Julia Ann's hot.
Yeah, she's like our age, and she's like, I don't know, she's attractive to me.
Everybody's got their. I was always a fan of India Summer. You guys know India Summer?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, she was always on like MILF Hunter back in the day.
It's my favorite. My mother's watching the show right now.
Yeah. Clicking MILF Hunter.
Oh no, she's not. She's now. Look, I love a lot of the stuff. What I will say is that my mom the other day when we played the what was the song? It was, she loves the Now You Know song, but it was when I did this thing. Where I can do it now, and I'll show you. So before I get into this, Josh, my Pinto, who he sent me this phone message that his coworker had gotten a couple of weeks back, and nobody knows what it was, where it came from, but this is essentially an edited version of it. But
Patty boy, it's me. Daddy's having trouble. Call an ambulance.
And so we just didn't know what it was, and so I started doing this the other day.
Patty boy, it's me. Daddy's having trouble. Patty boy, it's me. Daddy's having trouble. Patty boy,
So I was doing that, and my mom, I posted it on my Instagram, and my mom said she was cleaning the house like Mrs. Doubtfire, listening to Patty Boy, It's Me. So she probably likes us. It's a good song. She probably likes us talking about that much better than Julia Ann and India.
Yeah.
And Brett, there's no way.
I can't think of her name. No, she was like the biggest one of
Jenna
all
Jameson?
times. Jenna Jameson.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. But she's out of the biz, right? I mean, she produces now.
Yeah.
So she's out of her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick porn story. So back in the day when I bartended in LA, once a year there was like this porn convention at the hotel where the bar was, and it was like for the people that worked like behind the camera, so the people that helped you figure out how to pay for porn without your wife knowing, like those services, right? And so a lot of porn stars were like hanging out at the bar, and so I'm working, and I recognized a couple of them obviously, and then my buddy walks in, and he was like, "Oh my God, it's her." And I was like, "Calm down, dude." Like it was awkward for a second. I was like, "Go back, collect yourself, come back out. We have a job to do." He was like my bar back, and he was just totally starstruck by the
Sure, he was bar backing.
Yeah.
Going back on over to Chris Scorpio, who said, "What would you do if there was a helpless Goddard in the chat, weak from malnutrition? Every day somewhere, a Goddard starves for lack of likes. For the simple cost of just one like a day, you can feed a Goddard and end his struggle. Don't wait, do it now." People are obviously talking about he's in the channel asking people for likes, which we also like. So make sure that if you're doing that, like I said, we're taking questions. We cannot do the robot today. So if there are impressions or anything that you want myself, Brett, or even McCoogs to do today, you got to go on over to that tier on Streamlabs to do that, streamlabs.com. I'll read them if you want it, streamlabs.com/the Schmodown, and some questions in there as well. But let's see what else we had there. We had the Beaver Boom just put in $5. Thank you, Beaver Boom.
Thanks, Beef Boom.
Yeah. Alex Tournay. Hey, Christian, happy Friday. Now that Roman Reigns is out of the title match, who do you think will get a title shot? Also, who do you think should get a title shot?
Let me take that one, Christian. Let me take that one.
Yeah, let me answer. I know that you're really excited about this, but hold on.
Yeah.
I think we should combine the Cena and Fiend match and give it to Bray because he's earned it, in my opinion. What do you think?
Totally. Yeah. Well, I was figuring, Hustle Boy and the Hardwood Gang probably deserve a shot at the Intercontinental Tag Team Cage match.
Yes.
And then, of course, Flower Pants and old is it old Rusty Donger? What's that guy's name?
Yeah, he's part of the Chipwich committee.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they oh god, they've been running the league for years now.
The Chipwich committee.
The Chipwich committee is just they're a problem, Brett. They're a problem.
They're a problem, and I think that Vince has been having issues with them a lot lately too, breaking a lot of the rules.
Guys, breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news. We have a special guest.
Who is it?
We have a very special guest. Like I said, anybody can appear. We already had a Wild Makuga who has made his first appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, making his first appearance in the SEN Live. He is the one. He is the only. The Pit Boss. Ken Knapsack is here.
Hey!
Hello, friends. A little dark in my room. Sorry.
Look at you. Look at you.
It's the
Finally get you on this show because you do look like you are broadcasting in a cave.
It is a bunker indeed here.
Yes.
Yeah, I can bring in some backlighting. You'll have to deal with a little dark here.
I like it.
I love that the pandemic has forced a bunch of old guys to learn tech and wouldn't use otherwise.
It's the truth. I don't know. I mean, how we did this, but I mean, oh yeah, Makuga got his name in there now, so that works. So you just help Makuga get his
you were
name.
just blocking it with your name at the bottom.
I think that's exactly what it was. Yeah. So now everybody. So now you and Brett are me, and then I'm me, and Makuga. So it's good. Ken, what the hell you been doing with yourself? How you been practicing the social distancing? What have you been doing? How's it going? What's life like? And because this is you and my wife's worst nightmare.
What being stuck with you?
You know, exactly. not because I know you don't like being around people in general, but this is still different though. This is a different type.
This is different. Look, I've been working at home for 2 years, so we got the rhythm of that down. That's not much different. But yeah, I just came. We had a schedule thing this morning. It kind of changed, which is thank you for your invite. That's why I'm here. But I had to run out and get coffee, and I ran to my local Target and stood in a Hunger Games line for 25 minutes, which I'm very fortunate and thankful to do. But it's just surreal. That's the thing that kind of is different. It's so surreal.
Yeah, it's crazy, but we're all trying to figure it out. And this is like you said though, Ken. We've all been kind of, I think for all of us that we're able to. We're very fortunate. There are a lot of unfortunate people out there that we are able to at least still do what we do. You know, it's like you can wake up in the morning, you can do stuff. Because have you guys been doing the afternoons?
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh and Amanda have been FaceTiming me. It's great. We're trying to keep it going. Joseph and I are using Zencaster and all the things for Force Center, and it's necessity is the mother of invention. And it is, I joke, but it is like, and StreamYard pops up. I got a JTE through, I think, Call to Action podcast gave him the tip to StreamYard. JTE gave it to me. I've been using it for a while, and it's like changing the game because we couldn't do this 4 or 5 months ago.
No, I wouldn't know. I didn't know how to do this beforehand. And then, I'm still like, today is the first day I actually was able to put graphics up. I figured out how to do this. There's other things I do need how to figure out how to do, but I'm learning, and it's funny though, you say that because I'm actually this system, because both Ben Goddard and RB3 are so damn good at it that it has forced me to learn how to do it. And I think I'm definitely getting better. I'm not as good as those guys. I'm getting better at it for sure. But what else? What I mean, we've been talking about stuff. Are you watching this Tiger King thing that everyone else is talking about, or you just said no, I'm not doing this?
Oh no, we might. It's a kind of a true crime thing, and Grace is a big true crime fan, so she's already familiar with the story. She listened to a podcast a while ago, so she's like, I know literally every intimate detail of that. So it's not on our watch list right now. So, but eventually we will, because we want to see it visually and everything like that. But no, we're just catching up on a lot of shows and movies. I'm gaming like crazy. MLB The Show 2020s, keeping my baseball dreams alive, and working. I'm very fortunate. I've lost some work. I definitely have lost some work. Both my parents lost their jobs because of this. I know some friends who've lost their jobs, so I'm working, but it's all from the home stuff. So just trying to, each day's a hustle.
Yeah. So, Josh, what else? So, I mean, I think are we gonna lose you soon?
Yeah, in about 5 minutes.
Okay,
But,
so
happy to hang out for
well,
sure.
tell us. Yeah, I want to hear what else you got going on. At least as far as like I had mentioned earlier before, the Josh McCouga show. Is that something we could see return? What else we got working?
Now that we have this ability with the Streamlabs thing, I'm gonna kind of investigate it and see if I can't get some live streams up on my YouTube channel to do with maybe Amanda. We were talking about doing like a little possible love in lockup to add to the afternoons podcast kind of feed. We're still doing the afternoons. A new episode dropped today. We're literally just trying to stay busy and sane while we're stuck inside here. And I know a lot of people have it way worse than we do, and I think that's like just trying to keep it very relative and not trying to be like, oh my God, life is terrible. I mean, I'm very lucky that I just wrapped a TV show and that that money is going to keep me going because I really don't have any work right now. I'm working with a buddy on a script, and I'm finally getting to do some writing and hang out with the wife. But we had a lot of plans, like we were going to do some traveling after the show wrapped, and now we really can't do that. So we got into a guilty pleasure of a show called All American on CW, which is really bad. Like, it is not good at all. But it's a football CW drama.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing, though, too, man. I think that what Brett and I talked about it also, just and this is something that for married people and even non-married people, because like Riley has been very vocal and has been out there in public about what happened with his wedding, and obviously, but because Riley's been also on the record saying that once they did get married, they're going to be looking to have some kids.
Totally.
Do we think that there'll be a Riley baby by this time next year? Or even hell, will there be a McCouga baby?
The quarantine, it does lead to a lot of sexual.
It does. It absolutely does. Ken, you have something brewing over there. Maybe not just a fart, but
no, that's more Josh. No. I'm just imagining a Riley baby and a Josh baby roaming the earth within a year of each other. It's some kind of sign in the Bible.
Wild baby.
Yeah, Josh, what do you say?
Wild babies.
Babies. Speaking of wild babies and wild berries, this is one of the things that was on course that it looked like is that Shannon's really pulling the strings on Dewberry over there. We haven't had an opportunity to see you guys. There was going to be a whole big thing where you and Dewberry were actually going to chat it out, try to see what's going on. That hasn't happened yet. Any comment on what's been going on with Dewberry and corruption?
I miss Elliot terribly. I think that what was done to us was an absolute travesty in the highest order, and I think Shannon seems like a nice human being, but she's absolutely terrifying when it comes to Schmodown stuff. I mean, I think she threw Bonnie into traffic after she got one question wrong.
Speaking of Bonnie, she's supposed to be on the show. You guys think she'll show up?
That's probably a negative.
No. I'll never forget the time she canceled on a Schmo's appearance at the old Phase 3 days because a tree fell on her car as she was leaving.
That was Comic-Con. That was LA Comic-Con. Yes, that absolutely.
Oh yeah, because that's how I ended up hosting that panel. You're right.
Yes, it was absolutely.
And a tree fell on her car.
Yeah, people don't understand that this Bonnie canceling thing didn't just happen on SEN. It's been happening since easily Phase 3.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we got to let McCouga get out of here now. But Josh, it was a pleasure to see you. I mean, guys, again, make sure you're checking out Eating History on the History Channel. Really proud of you, man. I'm happy that you're kicking ass, and we look forward to seeing more.
Absolutely, love it, bud. See you guys.
See you, Josh.
See you later,
guys. McCouga's out. Ken is in.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah, you're in the middle now. Now Ken's gonna fix his face. So I can actually do this though too, guys. Hold on, let me try
do the 3B.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that works. So all right, boys. So let's talk a little bit more. Someone had mentioned this, by the way, that this does seem, Ken, like you just mentioned Phase 3. It does have a Phase 3 vibe to it with the little split screens, because you don't necessarily even have to be in the same room, and it still looks like the way it did for Toad Hop.
It does really feel like Toad Hop. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. The vibe, even the angle on your face. I feel like Johnny Ice is right here.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Very. And again, this is tough situations can force creativity in weird ways, and all of us just trying to keep our sanity. But it's been fun to watch across the board.
See, people are yelling at me now because I made my face too big. So what?
Yeah, you're like the Andy Kaufman
How
sketch.
about that? There you go. That's better.
The Andy Kaufman.
It's all good.
Shit
Yeah.
once. So I am going to get to another question here because this is something that streamlabs.com / the Schmodown keeps us going, ladies and gentlemen. Suge Knight, of course, throws in wild berries, Steelers all day. Josh, dude, we just lost him because he said when this all ends, could we get Josh McCougar versus Brett? Thank you, Christian, for all you do. I'd like to see that match. I think it'd be a good one. Absolutely. And all these questions coming in for McCougar now that he's gone, so that's perfect. Oh, Ken, have you been keeping up with wrestling at all?
Just tangentially. I mean, really, it's unfortunate what's going to happen to WrestleMania. I agree, it has to happen that way. But yeah, I 2 days, closed audience, whatever it is. I've been watching some of the empty arena shows just out of curiosity. Yeah, I always keep tabs of wrestling. I know what's going on. I just don't watch it regularly anymore.
Well, they said, yeah, I don't either, but they said Roman Reigns is out, which makes sense because of his battle with. Did you not hear this?
I did not hear that. No,
he's out because he's not comfortable with it, obviously, with with cancer and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, battling leukemia and everything.
Can't do that. Someone says put the guests on top of me in the bottom. I can't do that. It doesn't work.
What do you?
I don't know if it works that way because it's how you come into the stream, I believe.
It doesn't work. So we can do that.
Just keep it on you, so I can go get a power cable for my iPhone.
So be quiet.
Stuff like that.
That's right. But anyway, yeah, he's not going to do so. They're wondering who's going to be in it. Is it going to be Brett? Is it going to be the Fiend?
Me?
It's going to be all this. So nobody knows. Yeah, Ken. So have you besides doing obviously the afternoons and everything else that have you been writing? Any more follow up on your book?
No, there won't. I mean, that's on the publisher. I'd love to do something else. I have kind of a memoir idea. Got some stuff work. Nothing officially, but I had that project with Wondery where I wrote the Rock versus Steve Austin for Wondery. And hopefully that can turn into more, but just no one knows, what we can do. A lot of that stuff, all that was done remotely. Worked on it with Nick Mundy, and it's like, we never were in the same room, so we can continue to go, but I just think no one knows what to do going forward and how long it's going to be. So we're fortunate enough to have our own audiences and our own abilities to do this at home. But it's just stuff on spec that I'm trying to think of what to do.
Yeah. Well, bringing somebody else in here, ladies and gentlemen. We just mentioned him. He's probably better at this engineering and figuring out all this Twitch stuff. A little better than we are. He's a millennial with a good haircut. He is the Bandit.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Haven't seen him in a bit. Dude, we miss you. How you doing?
I tell everybody every day on my streams how much I miss heading to the studio, but we're definitely doing the right thing. I see. It's not millennials; it's all the Gen Zs that are partying on spring break out there in Florida. So, did you guys see that map? They did like this thermal heating map of the people on the beach, and then like where they spread off to, and it was like it's literally like straight out of the end of Planet of the Apes. It's terrifying.
Well, it was that report. Remember that report that was out it was like a week ago when that idiot was like, "Oh, I get coronavirus. I get it. I'm going."
Yeah, it was from that.
It was in Miami. It was in Miami. So it's like, and now after all this, like, then they finally put a curfew on Miami. What, tonight? It's like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I've been locked in my house for the last like 2.5 weeks. I haven't gone anywhere, and it's like and again, if I could get this damn Schmobot
now it's too bright
working, then I'd be able to. Then I would do the show like this every damn day. So Ben, what have you been doing? Practicing have you been locked in your cage as well?
Oh yeah, like I went to Target. My grocery runs haven't been too bad. Like I went the night that Garcetti locked down the city at midnight, and that was pretty rough. But Target was okay. But I mean, it's still just eerie seeing everything just gone. Like toilet paper, frozen food, dairy, eggs, meat, just every single episode, every single aisle is just empty.
It's crazy. It is also, the Geeky Gator just puts in that the same dude, I guess what we were just talking about, he apologized. So a lot of people are talking about how he apologized. Not only did he apologize, I mean, that's good that he apologized. He probably realized how serious it is now, and he's a kid, so not that you give him a pass on it, but you understand. And I also, if he apologized, then I'll say good on him, because it's the same way I feel about Evangeline Lilly. Because Evangeline Lilly, they were out because. What? Go ahead. What?
I was gonna say, did she apologize?
Yeah. She came out. She She apologized and said that she's practicing social distancing. But you know, I'm not going to be one of those people though that says, well, of course now because she's getting all this stuff. It's like, look, she was wrong in the fact of the way that she approached it, and whether or not it was because she was getting bombarded, but now she is practicing it. I think that this is one of the problems with culture in general, is that everybody wants to go after somebody, but nobody's willing to take the apology, because when the apology comes in, it's either not genuine or they're not doing it for the right reasons, or of course now she apologizes. It's like, when are we going to be a forgiving society where we're like, okay, listen, she said some stupid things, she did some dumb stuff, and her job was threatened and maybe led to her doing this. But Ken, like, you know, you hear her doing it, do you hear it and go, oh, okay, you know, whatever, she's just saying this because, or you go, okay, she sees the error in her ways, and I'm gonna say good on you.
I'll say good on you if you can make a mistake. You know, I during this whole situation, I always keep saying facts change, actual facts change, because the data changes and how you respond to it. I think a lot of you know, about 3 weeks ago, I went to Disneyland on one of the last days they were open because it was a pre-planned trip. We had my friend was taking me, and I researched everything we could do about that. I feel okay, and to be honest, I felt safer at Disneyland than I did at my Target, where I've been coughed on, pushed, and all those kind of things, and no one touched me.
An open space, right?
Yeah, I didn't even get a sniffle. But we're like, oh, you know, and while we were there, the park they announced it was closed, going to close on Saturday. So we were like, you know, the situation has changed, and you got to adapt. And I think if someone like I have friends in my life like Evangeline Lilly who are just like, don't tread on me, and it's like, look, you don't know what's coming, you don't know, but I get that's your gut reaction, and that's fine. Have it. But then if the situation changes, adjust your approach to it. And if they apologize, or they adjust their behavior, and then we just hopefully can move on. But yeah, a lot of people, that's, as we know, that's not the headline.
Yeah. Like
apologies, not
that Thursday, the last Thursday we did in studio with everyone. That's when me and Sabrina went to the aquarium.
Right.
And we were just, you know,
did you actually go to the aquarium?
We actually did. I'm editing the vlog footage tomorrow, so that'll be up. But yeah, just like we went to the aquarium and we were supposed to go, we got invited by these Disney vloggers to like pay for our tickets, and like we're gonna do all these food testings and stuff. And that day was the day Disney like closed. And we're like, oh well, there goes that. So we were out and about and like, should we still go? Like that was the NBA shut down. And it was literally that weekend that it just ramped up so fast.
Yeah, well, you're now.
Yep, we saw the fishing tanks. But yeah, it's just like granted, you know, you shouldn't be out there like pitchforking against social distancing. But I mean, maybe she didn't realize how bad it was at that time, because a lot of people didn't.
Well, her reports, the thing that I think was that she was saying, it's political stuff and they're making it more serious than it really is. And then all these reports coming out where more people are catching it. And what I think a lot of people still don't understand, there are tons of people who have this thing at a minimal level, but you don't know it because they can't get tested. And I got an email this morning from where they're like, okay, don't come in because we don't have the test unless you have if you have shortness of breath. You know, if you have a fever, like come in and get tested, and we'll try to find a way for you to get tested, right? Like try to find a way. They don't.
One of my patrons lives in New York, and she's struggling right now. She has a fever, she had a cough, she has asthma, and she called the Department of Health. She's like, and they're like, no, like you're still not severe enough to get because you know New York's real bad right now. Like you're not severe enough to get tested. You have to ride this out at home. If it gets worse, then we'll come in and test you, let alone treat her, just test her.
See, this is what I'm talking about though. Like this, she was just being ignorant. No one feels bad from it. But that's my point. Is yes, she was being ignorant. There's no doubt about it. And she was being dopey and an idiot. Okay, fine. I'll even give you that. But are we not allowed to be forgiving to people that when they say, I'm sorry, I messed up, stupid. Look, she put a lot of people at risk by going out too. And it's a stupid thing. It was a dumb thing. And I think that people let her have it for it. And I think there are a lot of people out there, but it's just like, that's the problem, I think, in general with our society. It's just like, oh, we want to yell at everybody. We want to scream at everybody.
Yeah.
But we're not in the business of forgiving you. That's just not what we do. We don't forgive you. I don't know. So
no, I always thank the Lord Jesus Christ, our Savior, that there was no Snapchat, Instagram, anything while I was in college, because people would have caught me doing some real dumb shit, and I would have been canceled at 21.
Exactly. I want to take some more questions. Streamlabs.com/the Schmodown. Better Call Saul. Because of the lack of new releases this summer, China is releasing Avengers Endgame and Avatar. It's the third re-release for both films. Avatar is only $7 million away from the record. So will a new generation allow it to retake the box office crown? Ken, I know you care about this the most.
Marvel? Yeah. Which 27 pictures they've replayed all the time? Is it we're talking about?
No, it's just Avatar that, because they were going to re-release Avatar and Avatar and Endgame. So they're saying that Avatar can actually surpass Endgame now. Is this the right time to be doing this?
Yeah, well, I mean, sure. I mean, talking about the box office numbers or just having movies released.
Yeah, I mean, I think box is like, because you're clearly putting it out there, for that reason and that reason alone.
Sure. Hey, James Cameron needs a new story, right? Yeah, he needs a buck or two. Yeah, no, look, this is weird times. We all need forms of entertainment and get stuff out there. Yeah. I don't know.
I actually wouldn't mind. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Avatar, but I never got to see it in theaters, so I know that that's obviously the big draw of it. So I would be like, if it's on a list, if it's for free, I'll go see it.
Yeah. All right.
Christian, there is one little piece of news if you wanted to go over it. I don't know how confirmed it is, but George Miller's casting the Furiosa Mad Max prequel, and Anya Taylor-Joy is being eyed for that. That's the only thing I saw.
We brought that up earlier.
Oh, okay. I missed it then.
We didn't go really kind of deep into it, but we just said that's probably the biggest news that's out there right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, no, I've got bigger news.
What do you got?
There's a local Mercedes dealership by me that, God bless them. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to try not to cry here, but they're offering delivery of Mercedes if you're looking for one. People. I know this is something a lot of people, they don't have access to go out there and get their Mercedes right now. And God bless them. Not all heroes wear capes.
Well said.
No money off. They're still full price, but they'll bring them to you.
Still full price. Yeah.
Ken, how long do we got you today?
5-10 more minutes is good for me. 15 if you need it. Yeah, then I got to do some work.
Let us know. We just, like I said today, guys, we wanted to just do a catch up with some old friends, talk to some people in general, and it's going to be just inviting some people on, talking whatever they want to talk about. So Kenny, anything? I mean, it's so hard to say. Like, what'd you do yesterday? You could pretty much say yesterday and the day before, and it'd be the same fucking thing. But like, how are you and Grace doing? Like, how's Grace doing?
We're both hanging in there. I mean, she, as a working actor, has been affected a lot by this, and had a cool thing we're still waiting on. It's not shut down, but waiting to see if it goes forward. But not luckily, but fortunately, we were used to working at home. We're very fortunate to live in rent a nice humble house with a good backyard and a home gym. I'm thinking of charging some people $100 an hour to come by and use the gym. So we have a nice little compound we're settled up on right now. It's just a matter of taking each day an hour by hour and not getting overwhelmed with what's going on out there. Food, supplies. We were doing a lot of traveling right when this really started to break, the Vegas show, the Disney trip and everything. And we did that thing where we're like, let's just run our refrigerator down to empty because we're going to be gone. So we came back, we're like,
oh no.
Yeah. I have some weapons, but not the ones that fire things. So I was like, I'm going to go forage, baby.
You got nunchucks and a spiked bat?
I do. My friend has a barbed wire bat. I could use that. I have some stuff, but and I always joke. I was like, when do we go to Arizona? When do we go to the hills in Arizona? What point do we run?
When does it turn into Red Dawn?
Yeah, exactly.
I was just talking to PJ Campbell yesterday, and he's got every advantage in the world. He's out there in Arizona by himself. He's got 2 dogs, a cat, a full movie collection, a big old house. Like he's got every advantage for being isolated right now.
Is Arizona is it not affected very much right now? Is that
no, he's southern. We would be running to some secret location in northern Arizona, which is a little hard to get to. Good vantage point for the shotgun. So that's relative. PJ and Snelling over there they'll probably die. We'll be okay with that.
Well, then we'll have a good Matrix commentary on their way out, though. I'll tell you that. Those guys are doing some good stuff over there too. So, Yeah, let me get to a couple more questions here. Streamlabs.com/the Schmodown. Jay Scotty for real says Singing in the Rain premiered this day in 1952. As a pluvophile, I get caught in the rain. As much as I love pina coladas, what is your most unusual experience or memory associated with rain? Or if not, your favorite film scene with rain? Any good memories with being stuck in the rain? I actually did a stupid thing one time where it was like every other, whether it's The Notebook or any other romantic story, there's something kissing in the rain, you know? Yeah. I did that with an ex-girlfriend once, and it actually, I thought it was going to be cheesy and stupid. It actually turned out to be pretty good, a memory that we remembered. So that's probably one.
Would you tell those kind of stories? Does Sadie pull the plug into the garage there?
You know, the last time that Sadie listened to this show was probably when she was on the show back in 2013.
That's right. Giving Valentine's Day advice to Ellis. I remember this, right?
Right.
One of my rain memories is as a kid kicking a football barefoot in the rain for hours at the big yard at my old church where my mom worked. But more recently, it was going to Galaxy's Edge. Finally, you've heard of it, Christian.
I've heard of it.
We went there, and it's poured rain from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. But it was great because it just felt like we were in a weird, exotic Star Wars location, like on Camino or something. It was a lot of fun, and it was oddly romantic, roaming around Batu in the rain. So I'll take that.
Goddard?
Movie is probably the like Matrix Revolutions isn't a great movie, but that rain fight between him and Agent Smith is pretty cool. And then I was gonna say the same thing as Ken, not specifically Galaxy's Edge, but any Disney day in the rain, it's a ghost town. You bring a little poncho and you are good. There's no waits, there's no lines, you don't need a fast pass. It's the best.
Brett?
Excuse me. Somebody I know gave me some tickets to the old Universal, and the only time we had to go was right before they were going to expire, and it was on a rain day, and that was pretty great. The kids had a really great time, and they had hot cocoa all over the place for you, and that was really cool. And other than that, was watching my son play a soccer game in the rain. He was so like hyped about it for some reason.
Sports in the rain are fun.
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, and it's it was a turf field or whatever. He wasn't getting muddy or whatever, but like it's just a whole nother game too. These guys are falling down and laughing, and it was cool.
It's funny. I actually used to love playing football in the rain with friends. That was a blast. People get hurt all the time.
Oh, good times.
Yeah. Arcadio. Bob Dylan released a 17-minute song today about the JFK assassination. I know. I listened to it. I like the melody and the subject, but I thought the lyrics lacked subtlety. Can we get a Bob Dylan singing about the epic fart clip? I mean, why not? Let's see. We're somewhere here. Ben, you got to be impressed with the way I've been figuring out this board.
Dude, you've been killing it. I've been really impressed, honestly, with all the new sounds we've been putting in. Especially the one you couldn't stop the other day.
Yeah, I couldn't stop the other day, but I figured it out. All right, here we go.
You're gonna have to be honest and be a little proud, because I played a sound clip the other day of a fart, and man, it was loud. It went on for a very long time, and I'm sure it won't go on again. It's good to be on here with you, Ben, and Ken, my oldest friend. Ken's my friend. Ooh, and there's another friend. He is the old Jay Washington, and yeah, he's in the house.
What the hell did I come in on? A sing-along?
Stepped in on something. Oh, I just stepped on a mouse.
White people, right, Jay?
Everybody is absolutely losing their fucking minds.
Jay Washington in the house. What up, Jay?
What up, though, man?
How you doing?
What's going on? I'm good for the most part. I've been doing a lot of prison workouts, so that's been a great thing. I mean, I'm gonna come out of here looking like I just got out, fresh off parole. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, trying to not go crazy, so I go through a walk in my neighborhood, which is very scary, but I do it.
But you do it. It's good to have you. Good to have you in here.
Good to be here. It's good to see all you lovely folks. Ben with minimal hair product. Ken just sitting there.
This is straight out of bed. This is nothing in.
You should have a blanket on.
I don't know.
Brett is great to see you.
But Ken, you have straight up hit your Kylo Ken moniker today. You look straight up. You look like a damn Sith Lord, and I'm here for it.
Look, man, I'm telling you, I switched to a beanie mid-December. I never thought. I always wanted to be Edge for the Numb video, but now I can.
I love it. I love it. It looks great. It looks great. I'm digging it. So this is, I mean, for those listening on audio, please subscribe, leave a comment, do all that stuff too. Who we lose?
Oh.
We lost Jay. He'll call back in a second. So go to Apple Podcasts, wherever it is. Leave us a review or whatever it is that you would like.
Not bad.
That's all right. It happens. And then we're going to ask a couple more questions here, and then I think we're going to lose Ken in a second. So we get to.
Unless you want to kick me off, I'm here for a bit.
Yeah, you stay on as long as you want. Beaver Boom, who puts in a nice donation. Thank you, Beaver Boom. Alex Tornay. Hey, Christian, happy Friday. Now that Roman Reigns is out of the title match, who do you think will get a title shot? Also,
I already know that.
Yeah, it came out. Also, who do you think should get a title shot? I think.
I know what's going to happen.
I know. Hold on, Jay. Let me finish the fucking question. Also, who do you think should get a title shot? I think they should combine the Cena Fiend match and give it to Bray because he's earned it. But the answer to that is Strowman, right, Jay?
No, it's the Fiend. The Fiend will wrestle twice.
Oh, you think so? I thought they already announced it that it was going to be Strowman.
They announced it?
Someone said they just announced it was Strowman.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't see the announcement, but I would see it being the Fiend personally because it would be best because have him beat Cena because he's going to beat Cena regardless. Cena is meant to put over the Fiend and then have him get his Universal title rematch automatically.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen though, but I think.
I mean, it would be smart, but if they've given it to Strowman,
when was the last time the WWE was smart?
Well, that would be like 1996.
Oh, this is for Ken and Jay. So I definitely have the coolest 8-year-old on the planet because the other day I sat down with her and because WWE is giving away the network for free right now. So we started watching WrestleMania 6, right? And so we put on the first match, which is the Colossal Connection and Demolition, and we're watching it, and we're watching the whole thing. And I was thinking how long she wanted to watch it, and she's loving it the whole way through. And I just put it on because I wanted to see her watch Hogan and the Warrior. And so last night she's like, "Can we put WrestleMania 6 back on?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we put it back on. We start watching it, and she goes, "No, wait, this is not the match we left off of. I want to watch the whole thing." So we watched the second match we watched was Hercules versus Earthquake. And she wanted to watch the whole thing of Hercules versus Earthquake. Then we watched Mr. Perfect versus Brutus Beefcake, which, by the way, I had no memory whatsoever that Brutus Beefcake beat Mr. Perfect at WrestleMania 6. Do you remember that, Ken?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Wait, what? I didn't remember that. What?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, let's not forget, Ed Leslie, Beefcake. I mean, Hogan's gonna, brother, you got to put over Beefcake. That's sense. So that makes sense. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect's one of my all-time favorites. So.
Mine too. It's crazy to say. I remembered that Beefcake had cut the Genius's hair at the end of it, but I didn't. Yeah, but then now watching. By the way, look, I love Roddy Piper, and he was a dear friend and everything too. How do not more people talk about that thing with Bad News Brown? How did he get away with that?
Listen. Piper was a racist. It is his character. As his character.
He wasn't in real life.
Right. As his character, Piper's character was a blatant racist, and nobody ever called it out. But at the same time, we were in that day and age where nobody was going to call it out. You had the stuff with Bad News Brown. You had what he said to JYD. You had the stuff he did with Snooker. Like you were like,
but he was a heel. I mean, not that there's an excuse for it all, but like you said with the character, it was his heel character that was doing that stuff that you got away with as a heel. He was a face when he fought Bad News Brown. He was a face, and he came out as half his body. He was in blackface and his entire body. And I'm like, and my daughter was like, why are you dressed like that? And I was like, let's fast forward this match. Like, I want to watch it. And I was like, oh well, he's talking about being Scottish. I didn't know what to say. I was like, because he was like, I was like in the half. I was like, he's because he was talking about being Scottish, and I didn't know what to tell her. I was like, I told her at the end of it, I go, you really shouldn't be doing that. She's like, why? I was like, because he's making fun of somebody, and you shouldn't be doing it. And it's not right to do. And she's like, okay. So I didn't know what to do. Where did Brett go? Brett fell off the.
So I did just Christian. I did just read the article. He is officially replacing.
He is.
Yeah. Oh my God. So they're gonna finally put the strap on. They're finally gonna put the Universal title on Braun Strowman when nobody can be in the arena. It's beautiful.
That's crazy. Morse Code Z puts in a generous super chat. I couldn't think of a question, but I hadn't donated in a while because I've had trouble with the Schmodown Streamlabs. Entertained every day. Thanks for being there for us. Sorry about that, Morse Code Z. I don't know why. I mean, it seems to be working for a lot of peeps, but thank you for the nice and generous super chat. We definitely appreciate that. Which, speaking of Streamlabs, going back on over streamlabs.com/Schmodown, JJ Winward. I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you guys do. My grandfather just passed away this Wednesday of suspected coronavirus, and it has been easy for me to still find my smile. Wash your hands now, Well, thank you, JJ, for sharing that, and I'm sorry that you're going through that, and I'm sorry that we're all going through this horrible time in society right now, and I'm sorry that you were affected so deeply by it, but I'm also glad that we're able to put a smile on your face, so thank you very much. Knapsack's Ponytail, listen to the afternoons, you shit rats. Also, can you tell the story about Josh's father's communist Christmas story? I laughed so hard listening to it, people thought I was a crazy person. What's he talking about, Ken?
Oh, that's definitely a Josh story. His dad loves Christmas lights. I wouldn't even begin to. That's a Josh story and good old John McCouga.
Where can they find it? They want to listen to that story. What episode of this?
Oh boy, we just had our 98th episode of the afternoons. I don't remember. You know me. I've never watched a clip of the news. I've never watched any shows we were on together. I just do them and I forget them. So I don't remember what episode it was on.
That's fair. All right.
I'm just gonna move on with life,
Good plug. All right. Bruce Leroy. Brett, since you're at home, you can put on your Huskers hat. Yeah, Bruce Leroy really wants you to put that hat on.
I'll go grab it.
Go put it on. Okay. So we had Silly Buffoon said it was great to see Josh on. Do you know if Josh's show can be watched worldwide? I live in the Netherlands and I was looking for it and I couldn't legally access it. Much love to all of you. I don't know the answer to that question. Anything the way that Josh would. I mean, maybe if you have the actual History Channel app, and once again we're talking about eating history, make sure you check that out.
Somebody was saying on the website, on the History Channel website, it was available.
But also it might be not available in this country though. That's a different thing. So certain videos aren't allowed in different countries.
That's true. Jay, before we move on to the next question here, what have you been doing to stay busy, my man? How you practicing the social distance?
So what have I been doing? I've been doing, like I said, a lot of workouts at home, because everybody knows I go to the gym regularly and I've enjoyed my health change regimen. So a lot of workouts at home, a lot of creating new content and still doing stuff on my camera. Winston and I have Blurs in the Hood going. I've been back reviewing movies. I just watched The Hunt, which I really want that hour and a half of my life back.
Bad.
Oh my God.
You like it?
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
But really, keeping in contact with my kids has been the hardest thing. FaceTiming both of them, one being in Washington State and one being in Indianapolis. So I've been trying to keep myself mentally occupied and just rewriting on this pilot I've been working on. And I rewatched all of Banshee. If you've never seen that show, Cinemax, I highly recommend you watch it again. But yeah, just trying to keep things. It's very difficult when you're somebody who's used to just going out, being able to do what you want to, just going out freely. And granted, we can go out, but we can't gather. We got to stay away from people. But it's a weird thing now. It's a whole weird vibe behind it. So just trying to stay busy so I don't ball up in the corner and cry.
That's a lot of people are doing for sure. But spinning, we do have more wrestling people on. It's very, very rare that we have more wrestling opinions on than non-wrestling opinions. So, hey, this is from Orlando Orego, who says, "Hey guys, since talking about wrestling, did you guys see the trailer for the Big Show's new comedy on Netflix? Looks funny." Thank you, Orlando, for the generous donation. Really appreciate that. Thank you. So, Jay, did you get a chance to?
For the Big Show.
Yeah, did you see the trailer?
Yeah, I saw the trailer, and I actually was seeing different things that were going behind the scenes because my buddies Rikishi and Shad Gaspard are a part of it, and Mark Henry was here for it too as well. So it's interesting to see, and I like the theme of the show is not unique. Because Lyle Alzado had a show back in the day, but he was playing it as he was a masked wrestler. So it's going to be interesting. I hope they don't use canned laughter because it sounds like they're using that.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say, Ken. To me, did you see the trailer yet, Ken?
I haven't. One of my friends, Brian Bradley, Audrey Kern's husband, he was a Mad TV writer, showrunner on Uncle Buck reboot a while ago. He's a writer on it, so I trust him. But yeah, it's not necessarily my style of show, but I love Big Show. I think he's great and rooting for him all the time.
That's the thing.
I might give it a swing.
I'm rooting for it because of everything you just said. The Big Show actually was really nice to me when I was there. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. It does seem, like Jay said, it seems very dated. It seems like it seems like Full House with the Big Show.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And so that to me is I don't know how that's going to play and with today's audience, but hell, the Full House reboot did okay. So moving on here, Jake Goering also says, "Love you guys. Hey Ken, thank you so much for continuing Casterly Talk every week. I love listening to it. It helps me give my Game of Thrones fix after the show ended." So Ken, how often do you have you been doing that show?
Every Friday or Saturday, release an episode, Casterly Talk, so wonderfully named by our friend Lon Harris, who's on the show when we can. Andres Cabrera, Richard Cushing join me as well, and a great kid, Thomas Risling from Vancouver. It's still going because it's not a show about Game of Thrones. It's a show about the world of Ice and Fire. There's a lot to talk about. We're doing a lot of great what ifs, going back, going deep into things. I absolutely love season 8 and think it's one of the best. And I've been kind of grumpy about people's feelings about it. So I'm kind of politely ranting back on some of that stuff. So it's been fun to keep going because we got House of the Dragon coming in 2022. The books are coming. Fire and Blood is one of the great reads, and that's what House of the Dragon will be based on. So a lot to talk about. So thanks for bringing it.
Ken, quick question for you. Because people were so mad, people were saying, because Game of Thrones, Star Wars, and Marvel had their big finales all this last year. And a lot of people were saying that only Marvel landed the plane correctly. But you love Rise of Skywalker. You love season 8 of Game of Thrones. Right. How has that been for you defending that opinion? Because
I've left the industry. I've muted all words. I've muted friends. It's easy to land a plane when you don't take off, Marvel. No, a lot of the problems I had with people's reaction to Game of Thrones season 8 is it's personal. Go get therapy. The people who create and write the shows don't have to make sure the characters do what you do in your life to inspire you. You're telling their story. And Peter Dinklage says, "How about you don't get a dragon tattoo of the Dragon Queen after season 4? How about you wait to see the characters there all along?" Right. And so that's where I've been getting grumpy. Personal, did they execute this and that? Could I see the long night? Those are all great questions. I'm up for the debate. I've just grown tired of I needed to be personally inspired by every action of the character. That's not what creators do. They tell their stories, and nothing you were inspired by, Daenerys Targaryen, seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, goes away. She was a victim. She was also made a choice. One of the greatest moments is her looking at the Red Keep in King's Landing, because that's her family's. Her family built that, and between that and hers, an entire kingdom that doesn't want her and her legacy, so she's gonna burn it down. It's one of the greatest moments in the show, and people are like, Bells is a horrible episode. Get out of here. Start paying attention with your heart in your eyes.
I have a question. I have a comment.
I'm sorry I set that off.
No, I'd like to add, I just need a show every day of something Ken Knapsack rants about, because you can just see the polite way he just went in about that. Go to therapy. You need help.
So I mean, he's a better man than I am, because I just bailed, and I blocked, and I didn't have to deal with the Game of Thrones stuff also, because you had to get doubled up, Ken. You had to get Star Wars plus Game of Thrones. So yeah,
Game of Thrones was the one after the Long Night episode where I just was like, wow, I can't believe I just saw that on my TV. And then I went online. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I muted everyone. And I'm just going to talk to myself.
Twitter mentions
friends, man.
It doesn't mean that these things aren't open to criticisms or anything like that. Just my biggest thing is people, and this came from Joseph Scrimshaw's mouth on Force Center. You have to engage with the story presented to you. You have to engage with the story there. And people watch all these things with these checklists and hows and whys, and then the clickbait articles. Palpatine's not a clone. He's not a clone. It's his same spirit launched into another body that they couldn't get to do it, because it's a lesson in how the Sith hold on and they can't move on to the next chapter of their life.
The body was cloned, but the spirit was still him.
The spirit was still Palpatine. Yeah,
it's not a clone. And but Screen Rant does all these clickbait articles, and now next it's a clone. That novelization of Rise of Skywalker is beautiful. It's beautiful.
Did you read it?
I've read it. I've reviewed it.
Okay.
It's absolutely amazing. And it's amazing to get frustrated with the articles. They stopped. Rey and Kylo had a kiss of gratitude. The entire sentence goes on from that to basically saying it was a kiss of thanks. It was a kiss of appreciation and a kiss of celebration that they finally got together. It's so romantic. It's so complete of a description of the kiss, but they stopped at the first part of the sentence and did several think pieces. And that's that, Ben, is the stuff that's making me upset.
Look at you. Thank you, Ken, for that.
Hey.
The Fauci.
That reminds me, I gotta water my plants. So
you out? Are you out?
No. I'm just
okay.
That's one of those rants that makes my brain just start melting.
Yeah, it's true.
What are you talking about?
Wait, Brett. Wait, I got you, Brett. Hold on. Where'd you go? Ready, Brett? Sooner or later. Yeah, I don't know where it went. Oh.
Yeah, Ken, I don't know what a casterly is, but I know a bunch of dastardly fellas, and I don't know why you're reading books when there's so much to watch on the TV, like the Joe Tiger show. So maybe then just watch about Joe Tiger and not worry about the Game of Thrones.
Thanks for the call. You can head to your supermarket. Just rush on in there, rub up against people, get the sugar and eggs that you want. There's no rules right now. There's no rules. There's no rules.
Like Outback, no rules, just right.
There's no rules. There are no rules at all. Oh my God. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Well, that's fine. This one came in before that. Someone's just putting in money there to for Ken to preach the truth. Thank you, Ken.
I don't know. I don't care. If you don't like it, if you don't like it. I see people in there. Look, I say this, though. I study Star Wars. I study it for hours each week. Right. I wrote a 400-page book. If you don't have to agree with me, but it's like asking a doctor for advice on surgery. Then he tells you, and you're like, yeah, but you just really like medicine. I'm going to use the spoon. Like, it does not mean I'm 100% right. It just means, like,
you know your stuff.
Put time into this.
You know your stuff. And this is why, I'm glad that you and Joseph are out there fighting the fight. I definitely I was sniped from battle. I went.
Spawn killed.
No, I wasn't killed. I was sniped in battle. I went to the hospital. I went to the war hospital. They said, "All right, you ready to go out and fight?" I said, "Fuck this! I'm telling fart jokes."
But Christian, you're not wrong. It's I've talked about it, but let's be honest about it. There was days in Jedi Council you and I just didn't want to be there. No. We didn't want to be there, not because of each other or doing a show about Star Wars. It just was like this wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. It's a weird battlefield in all fandoms, and
I loved talking about
5 years ago. Yeah,
when Mandalorian was on, I was talking Mandalorian. I loved it. I loved watching it with the fans. I loved doing the watch alongs with the fans. I loved to kind of I loved on SEN when we would talk about the actual episodes, and I like when certain stories break. I like talking about the Ahsoka story and everything too, but the full-on analyzation and being told why your opinions are wrong and why you're only being saying one particular thing because either because you're getting paid off for doing it, or you don't love anything anymore and you're hateful and you don't understand. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
I go through the same stuff when it comes to Marvel movies. People swearing down, I just hate DC movies. They hate DC movies, right. And I'm like, no. I've praised various DC
movies.
Hear that though. They never hear that. They automatically assume, oh, you just like any and everything Marvel does. No, Thor: The Dark World existed. I'm very pissed off about that. Okay, like people forget these things. It's like, yo, you can have an opinion on it, and also it is like Ken said, the characters are not supposed to directly connect to you off of what the source material is. You have to get what they gave you as the product. Like humans.
All right, well, moving on here to hear some more great humans here who are helping the show go along. Like I said, we're going to be doing streamlabs.com/the Schmodown. Joining us are some of our friends here. We have Jay Washington, the great Jay Washington, the great Ken Knapsack, Ben Goddard, Brett Sheridan, all here for this special edition of SEN Live. The Fauci Hey, fartbags, long-time listener here, first-time donator from Montreal, quarantined from work with pay so I can spare me loonies for the best show on the webs. Have you guys ever been to Montreal? And have you ever had any of the smoked meat here? Josh should sleep in the hallway. I have not been to Montreal. Has anybody out here been to Montreal?
No.
I've been wanting to go for just the last, but they won't invite me yet. So that's my goal.
I've had that rejection letter a few times.
You know that rejection letter, Brett. You're like, oh, so I'm not good, but then you see who goes, and you like, are you serious? Like,
I legit have a letter from back in the day.
So I want to have the fans bombard Bonnie right now because she last night she tells me, she's like, I want to do the show. Let's do the show together. She calls me and tells me she wants to do the show. I said, all right, I'm going to send you the link. Be here at 11 o'clock. No fucking text, nothing. Right, just same shit that we get all the time. So do me a favor, guys. Go on over to Bonnie and tweet the shit out of her and say they're waiting for you over on SEN. Get over there now. So there you go. Anybody else been to Montreal? No one been to Montreal?
No. Victoria, I've been to, but not Montreal.
Me either.
I've been to Canada, so I guess I'm better than the rest of you. So.
So, Brett, I have to show this to you. I haven't been able to. I'm going to learn how to do the screen share soon. But somebody just sent me a picture of Dr. Anthony the Fauci as Fonzie with the thumbs up. It's amazing.
Hey,
it's really
stay
good.
at home.
Hey. He's the best.
I'm loving some of these. Ken is forgetting the source of Disney trilogies and George Lucas. Big difference. No, you're wrong. It absolutely is tied to everything in George Lucas's heart. Chris Terrio understands Star Wars better than you ever will. John Clark. Ryan Johnson connects everything back to George Lucas. Colin Trevorrow's script wasn't good because he introduced necessary rage, which destroys the concept George Lucas put about the balance of the Force, which you cannot go to the dark side at all because once you go there, you fall down the path. All the new Star Wars movies, 7, 8, 9, Solo, Rogue One, connect to everything George Lucas put out there in 77 or back in 73 when he wrote it on a paper like this. You guys need to pay attention to the movies, not watch them with a checklist so you can get on your YouTube channels. God damn it, Christian. These people. It's all there in front of you. It's all there in front of you. Pay attention to these movies.
I like how it ended with God damn it, Christian.
Christian, I gotta go.
You gotta go? You done?
Yeah, these people are upsetting me. Just these people are upsetting.
Blood pressure.
Well, I wouldn't get upset.
You gotta get out of the chat, Ken. You gotta get out of the chat.
You gotta get out of the chat. That's what you need to do.
I will say this is the first conversation I have seen or had those types of old school conversations like that because you can't address it, my friend. You can't address it.
You can't address it because everything. But I'm telling you, every time Chris Terrio talks about Star Wars, he understands it better than anyone not named Filoni, Lucas, or Johnson. I'm telling you about it. It's all baked into the story. It's all there if you just look for these answers. You don't need to read the books.
Let me show you. But let me show you something. You're talking about the comments, right? So there's one, right?
There we go.
There's another one. There's another one.
But also. I have to go start my day here. So you got a couple more minutes with me.
All right. So yeah, anyway.
Do you know how many times we've heard when are you getting Ken on the show? That starts to get to you after a while when you're on the show all the time.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Brett Sheridan.
We love you guys. When are you getting Ken on there?
Yeah. Brett Sheridan's one of the funniest human beings in the world. I watched him do stand-up in Houston, and I thought, if I could be 10% as funny as Brett in my life, I'd be happy. So you don't need me. You got Brett.
Well, we definitely need you. You gotta come back. This format here, like what we're doing here, is great for you. And I think that what I want to do, what we'll do, Ken, we'll set boundaries next time. So no Star Wars or Game of Thrones.
I was having a good time. I just can't. It's all there, and you got to study it. You just got to spend 2 seconds.
I apologize for that trigger warning, Ken. I did not know.
It's all right. It's all right. Listen, so this is another one here that Mario says, I was wondering if you guys have seen Chris Benoit's episode on Dark Side of the Ring and what your thoughts on. Did you get a chance to see it, Jay?
I haven't seen it yet because it's a very hard thing to want to sit down and watch. Having watched it when it happened, in a sense, like I remember the pay-per-view that he missed. Then the very next day it came out on Raw that he had died. And then the next following day you got that he had committed murder-suicide.
Yeah. I was at the Comedy Store doing a set and someone goes, you hear about Benoit? I'm like, what? And then he told me, I couldn't believe it because I told you, Jay, he's one of the first people I met when I was working there. And he was like, this guy to me.
I've always heard that. Like he was a great. I've never heard a bad thing about Benoit unless you couldn't understand in the ring, because that's what he was. He was a ring technician, and if you couldn't get that, that's where you would upset him. But other than that, he was a good dude, and so I'm probably gonna sit down and watch this. But I gotta pray for my strength when I watch this one.
Agreed.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Wrestling's. I love wrestling, and first time I stepped foot in a wrestling locker room was 2001, and it's a dark, depressing world too. So I sometimes don't seek that stuff out. We're all very familiar with the realities of it, but it is.
I think that's the main reason I haven't watched it too, Ken. I think you're right. I think I haven't. I'm sure it's going to be really good. I just don't know if I can bring myself to watch all that. Better Call Mall, because of the lack of new releases this summer. I did that one already. Sorry, Chi-Town Pyro. I love you and Brett. Great to finally see Josh on SEN. Not watching live, still working, but definitely catch it on the replay. Thank you so much, Chi-Town Pyro. Joseph Raya. Hey, Christian and the crew. Last night I watched John Carpenter's They Live for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. If they were to remake it, who would you want to replace Roddy Piper and Keith David? I actually would never want them to remake it, but if they did, I actually think Chris Hemsworth would probably be able to do the Piper role pretty well.
I like that. That's a good call. Who'd Keith David,
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Can we not just want to throw Jamie Foxx in every role? Like I rewatched Baby Driver, and I was like, he did not fit in that.
What about Terry?
What? I thought he was so great in Baby Driver.
It was certain parts of Baby Driver with him where I was like, all right, I guess because I'm so used to Jamie Foxx playing Jamie Foxx in every role, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he was playing Django. It wasn't him being a character. It was just Jamie Foxx being Jamie Foxx. Law-abiding citizen, he was great. But then you get other films like when he was trying way too hard in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So it's like there's an off balance where
Okay, let's leave Amazing Spider-Man 2 out of all conversations.
I mean,
we went off the topic a little bit. Ken, you were going to bring up Keith David, not Keith David.
Terry, what about Terry Crews for Keith David there?
Good one. Someone who I bet you doesn't have an answer for this at all, who has no idea what the hell we're talking about, but everybody wants to see her. Kate Mulligan on a sideways profile.
Hey!
What a crew! This is an absolute killer crew right now. So Ken Knapsack, Ben, Jay Washington, Kate, and Brett Sheridan all here. Thank you, Craig Ward, for the nice comments. He says he's crying with laughter. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Kate, same question everybody else. Let's see. I gotta so Ken, are you taking off?
Yeah. I actually do have to go, but now that Kate's here, I'll say hello to Kate. It's good to share airwaves with you again, Kate.
Yeah.
Grace and I say hello. A lot of fun.
All right, well, Ken, let's do this again, and then, like I said, we'll make sure no Star Wars and Game of Thrones talking.
Look, here's at the end of the day. No one will see this part of it. Go do what you want to do. Love what you want to do. Hate what you want to hate. Get your clicks. Do your things. Life's short. And go find where you want to put your passions, and that's all you got to do in life.
Thank you, Ken Knapsack, the great Ken Knapsack. Please sure you check him out. Check out everything he's doing. He's got a lot of stuff. I guess best way to follow him is also go on Twitter and check out everything that he's doing. So he's always posting, and he's got so much great things. Check out Force Center, by the way, because you want a really good, positive, fun Star Wars show. Him and the great Joseph Scrimshaw are consistently putting out great Star Wars material. So make sure you do that. Ken Knapsack, ladies and gentlemen. Ken, we'll talk soon, my man.
All right, goodbye.
So now Kate is here. Kate, what have you been doing during this time to make sure that you're not spreading?
Just wishing I was with Brett.
Aww.
Hi, Boo Boo.
Hello.
No, I've actually been fielding calls all day, and I can see another one just came in. Having a real battle with my son's preschool.
What's going on?
So they sent an email asking the parents to pay to it. So it's a private preschool. It's a part of a Jewish temple, and they've asked people to. They asked them if they can pay. They said nobody's getting their March tuition back. Okay, fine. School's no longer in session. That's fine, because they made a commitment to pay the teachers through March, and they're like, but also if you can contribute April actually pays for the back half of March. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, what kind of accounting is that? And then I'm like, also, I paid in full, so can I get my money back?
Right.
Right.
And the answer is no, they don't have it.
Oh.
So there's been misappropriated funds, I think, is where we're heading with this. So anyway, I can see that the temple board member wants to, the temple director wants to talk to me now. What is going on with this camera? Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Do you look? Does she look sideways to you guys, or is that? Or no, she looks.
Yeah.
good.
Well, no, she's doing an Insta story. There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
It's so
that's
weird
so much
because, like,
better.
you know what's so strange is that to you guys can see her and Brett like perfectly. To me, I'm gonna screenshot this. They're upside down.
Oh.
It's so weird. Like
It's so strange.
That's weird.
It's so strange. I don't even know if you can share a screen somehow. I'll try to figure that out.
Wonder if I.
Guys, we've also been joined by this is a show of legend. This is a show of legend,
no.
ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the show now. Who do you guys think it is? It's
Malice.
RB3.
So you say RB3, you say Ellis. Who do you think?
Bibbs.
You say Bibbs. Who do you say?
Bonnie.
Bonnie. Okay. So anyone want to change their picks?
I'm gonna go with Brett. I'm gonna go Bonnie.
You're gonna go Bonnie. All right.
I'm gonna go Bonnie.
You're gonna go Bonnie. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna go Jamie Foxx just to piss off Jay.
Katie, you sticking with it or are you changing? Katie, are you sticking with it or are you changing?
Me?
Yeah, you sticking with your pick?
It's Wood Harris.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Mellis.
Mark Ellis, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
hey!
Soggy Big Muffins, excuse me.
Soggy Big Muffins? What?
Yes, Soggy Big Muffins. So Mark Ellis is here, ladies and gentlemen. What an episode. It is packed here. The original schmoes are here. Brett Sheridan is here. How many people are you allowed to have in StreamYards at the same time? Is it 6?
I think it's 6. I think it's
so let's kick somebody off soon because we have more guests calling in soon.
I'll head off in a second so you guys
I
can.
was gonna say I also have.
No, you know what? I'll sit this one out. Have a good one, guys.
God damn it! I set all this stuff up. Y'all gonna keep me here.
Hey, Mark,
Go ahead.
Remember when you did the preschool fundraiser for me last year?
Mm-hmm.
And there was that guy Ira. There was the guy Ira who was the president who won the tickets, and you went on. Yeah, it turns out he's a crook.
Oh no!
Oh,
Why? What happened?
Well, I don't know. He's not the president anymore, and all this money's missing. So.
Wow, Kate is blasting it. I love it.
Oh yeah, I'm putting this out there.
Putting it out. All right. Well,
are we recording this? Is this being recorded? I need this.
Goddard. Yeah. Thank God. Let me. Goddard,
Yeah, I'll head out.
Give a shout though. Give a shout. What are you doing? What's your next stream? What's the next?
Today 1:30. I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Ben Goddard, and it's like I'll be on for like 8 to 10 hours tonight. So anytime you guys want to stop by.
All right. Thank you to Ben Goddard. Thank you for joining us for sure. It's good to have Ben on. And it's so we got right now is Jay Washington, Kate Mulligan, Brett Sheridan, and my buddy Mark Ellis. Mark, so what have you been doing, man? Because you've been doing a lot of stuff. You got your game show you've been working on. You're doing Rotten Tomatoes. What do you got going on?
You know, I'll be honest. My apartment stinks right now. Like it smells so bad in here. I just finished doing a home workout. A lot of push-ups. There's like sweat on the floor. There's like something smells like onions in the kitchen, and I can't find the source of it. Like it's like Christian. You remember when I used to live across the street from you on Blackburn? It's that level of apartment.
Oh no, really? What happened?
I'm building a cereal box tower in honor of the old one.
Oh, that's good. Do you have a tower for sure? Is it Kate just wave and go goodbye?
Uh-oh.
I'm working on it.
That's true.
We got her just audio.
All right, don't worry about it, Kate.
She don't even know what she did. You hear you go, uh-oh. She has no fucking clue what she did. She's like, uh-oh, what?
Yeah, because we're gonna actually, you know what, Mark, because we're gonna lose Kate in a second too. So Kate, Kate, what have you been doing with yourself to keep keep busy? Sounds good.
Kate,
Drinking.
Go
there
drink.
you go.
Okay, good. All right, Kate.
Yeah, just drinking.
All right, listen.
We went actually. Mark knows this. Mark doesn't know the end of the story. I owed Mark dinner for a year now. So we went over. I said to my boys, we're gonna bring Mr. Mark his dinner. We left it on the porch, and then we're gonna go have a picnic in our car. So Dickie, me, and the boys, we went and had a picnic in our car. And then Mark, here's the end of the story. Our car didn't start.
Was it Ira's fault?
It was Ira's fault. So then we had to get jumps from AAA.
Oh
in
no.
Mark's neighborhood.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what we've been doing. Listen, picnic in the car. I actually think my kids just got home. They went on a walk with Daddy. So.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you. That's all right. Thank you for joining us, Kate. We'll get you on soon. We'll set up everything and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Brett
Kate
and I are
Mulligan.
working on some stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.
All right, we're going to talk about.
Bye, Kate.
We'll talk about that a little bit more too.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was a way to exit.
Yeah. You
Oh,
think,
belly, and she's still here.
Just
still here.
Just another
I was
turn.
going to say, Christian, just judging by those sound effects, do you think the kids just got home, or do you think she had to drop the kids off at the pool?
I think she was ripping a piece.
You're literally the worst person I've ever met. Just putting that.
It is true. It is absolutely true.
But how great
was
my text message to you this morning, though?
Which one? Because there's some good ones.
Don't read it out loud. It's just for you and me. But how great was it?
No. That one was great. Yes.
Brett, Jay, I miss you. I missed you both terribly as well. How you fellas holding up?
Well, thank you.
Good.
I'm trying. I told Christian and everybody, I'm trying not to go ball up and cry in the corner, so I'm trying to keep busy. Oh, now I miss my children. Now I miss my kids.
Look how true this is. I mean, did you guys tweet? Please tell me that everybody in this chat room, please tweet it at Bonnie. Please.
That's funny.
I want her to be bombarded. Unbelievable. Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted to do. So anyway, Mark, back to you. So tell me about the trivia. Tell me about the game show.
Well, I started doing a thing because I saw a lot of people like tweeting, they were out of work for a little bit or whatever. And I like to be an angel investor from time to time when I can, but there's just so many people that, Christian, you and I both know, and it's like everybody's a little hard up for cash. And I said, well, is there something I can do that first of all, the main priority is I'm a whore for attention. So I want to do some sort of show. And then if I can give away a little bit of money in the process, I'm happy to do it. So I did this virtual bar trivia thing on my YouTube channel. And then that got me in touch with the creators of this trivia app called The Q, which is perfect for this for what we're going through right now. They literally rebranded it Quarantine for the duration. So I get to host trivia every day and give away more money to people. So you can just download the Q trivia app and you see my ugly face on there every day. So it's been fun, and it really gives me my trivia fix because. As all four of us in this chat know, nothing replaces the high you get from doing stand-up, but I really missed announcing the Schmoedowns. And so just getting to do some sort of trivia, like, they're just to ask a question and then to have the countdown and to feel that little anticipation, like it's fun for the announcers too. It's not just, I know it's nerve-wracking for the competitors, but when Christian and I call a match, like it's a lot of fun. It's a lot
of fun. Well, actually, and to transition that, because I have to say we haven't talked about it on air, but Jay, I saw your stream with on Swaggy on Blurs in the Hood, and
you watched it all.
Yeah, I got it. I watch your guys' stuff. I watch your stuff, but so I want to confirm. I want to also make sure and clarify something because I think that inside of that message, I think there's a couple people that asked me. You were never told by myself or Mark that you were not wanted at the Schmoedown.
No, not at all. Like, you always hit me up. You miss me. You send me emails when Brett just died. He came back to life. You always hit me up. You miss me. And Ellis just texts me. Ellis texts and checks on me a lot. So it gets in my spirit. So no, you all haven't said it. But like I said in the message, I felt by certain competitors, and I don't want to bring that energy there if that be the case. I'd rather... I've put out an apology. I've said I'll do what I need to do to make amends and things like that. But I don't want anybody thinking that it's Christian or Mark because, I'll fight for them two dudes. Granted, I don't think Ellis would let me fight. He'd try to talk his way out of it. But I'd fight for the two dudes, So, but yeah, that's what it was. So, yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, and we can talk about that. Maybe on a backstage, you can come on and be a little bit more, have a little bit more depth into it, and maybe have some people on that you can actually talk to about it. Because that's what's been so good about backstage is there's been a lot of good conversation. Brett just took off. That's fine.
He's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gone.
Fine. He hasn't said anything in 20 minutes. It's fine. but that's good. I'm glad that we're able to talk about it and all those things too. But there's a lot, like Mark said, there's definitely a hole in my heart when it comes to missing the Schmodown tremendously. We're still trying to work out this inner geekdom thing and trying to get some competitors out there. We're still working all the semantics of it and trying to figure it all.
I've seen what you're trying to do. What you can do, you can actually record the matches.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
So yeah, just record the matches and then have them air. Or I understand the whole editing process.
Yeah, that's the idea behind it, is to do that. The question is what's going to be at stakes and what's going to be at stake. And Mark and I had a great conversation yesterday for about an hour to figure out exactly what we're going to do. There's no really nothing to announce just yet because I'm still figuring everything out. But yeah, Mark, it's been challenging.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's the same kind of conversations that are happening in the highest halls of sport, whether it's the NBA or even the NFL right now with the draft. You have to throw everything against the wall, and you have to see what sticks. You have to come up with ideas, and it's like Christian and I are in a writer's room, and we're just bouncing jokes off each other, and some of the jokes don't land at all, and it's like a horrible idea. As soon as it comes out of your mouth, you're like, oh, that's stupid. But I think that we're chiseling away, and we're getting to a concept I think that we can start to reveal to Schmodown fans soon, as far as how we're going to keep this thing going and keep it in a real league, format where you can still matriculate through season 7, because we don't want to just ditch the new era during the entire run of COVID-19. We want to be able to continue to have points and have matches that mean something. I mean, I think at our bare minimum, we love announcing any sort of trivia match, but for it to count in the Schmodown, that's something special. So that's what we're cooking up.
I have a question though. Yeah. What happens if you all have a title match and somebody loses the belt? Do we gotta wait to a secondary stream to see the person get the belt? Like they're the winner, they just
Already thought of it, Jay. Already thought of it. So we're going to take the belt to an undisclosed bench, okay? And on that bench is going to be Lysol wipes. And so you come, you pick up the Lysol wipes, you polish off the belt, and then you can take the belt home with you, so that the belt is not. Do not blame the belt.
Right.
I'll do you one better, Mark. We're going to do a digital belt.
So it's an icon by them with just the belt.
We're just going to have Brian Ward Photoshop the I want to go, Brett. I don't know if you can hear me, but your camera's not on and nothing's working. So there you go. So this is Big B, who says, episode of the GOATs. Thank you, Big B. Sean Cartaya, finally getting Ken and Makuga this episode makes the pandemic worth it. Okay, maybe not, but it's still awesome. Thanks for your entertainment, you guys. Tyler Gosha, I just wanted to say thank you. You've been an inspiration and an amazing part of my life. Before you, I didn't think that farts were funny, and I was embarrassed for farting. Now you have shown me the absolute light.
I hope that keeps you warm at the end of the night, Christian. After the girls have gone to bed and you're
no idea. Have you watch Mark? Did you watch Seth Rogen's video?
No. When was it?
It was last night. He tweeted it out, and he was basically him having a long conversation with Alexa, making her continuously fart for a minute and a half. It's hysterical.
Oh, that's great. I got to check that out. What?
3 million views.
Sounds about right.
Since this whole thing has gone down like a couple of weeks ago, what's like the craziest or most like random or like deepest cut thing that y'all have actually watched?
Ooh.
Cutthroat
Kitchen. I've been running through episodes of Cutthroat Kitchen. Like I've been wanting people to start fighting on that show. Like because some of the sabotages they give, like, yo, I'd have to slap the shit out of somebody. Like if you make me have to cook with one hand holding this the whole time, I'd have to fight you. Like I've been watching, like I want to understand what goes through Alton Brown's evil mind. Like that's sad, but
I guess WrestleMania 6. That's pretty deep cut.
How did? Oh, so like, because I'm like you, I'm going back and I'm watching like old school sports. Last night I watched the 1982 NFC Championship game, and before that I watched the Giants win the Super Bowl when they upset the Patriots' perfect season. So it's just like I'm just going back and I'm just revisiting all these great games. But here's the most extravagant purchase that I made, like that you would not consider, is I'm trying to buckle down and, not spend too much money. But when this thing happened, I went right on Amazon. I bought a used Nintendo Wii and Tiger Woods 2012. So I'm going to be playing golf hopefully it gets delivered today, and I'm playing golf in my place all weekend.
So I definitely want to start getting into a couple more, like I was saying in the beginning of the stream, what they did was they released some old school. You remember Jedi Academy, Mark, that game that came back in the day?
Yes. Yeah, I never played it, but I remember you gushing about it.
No, that was Knights of the Republic. Jedi Academy was a different game, like back in the day. But anyway, either way, so they released it on Switch, and it's gonna come out. So I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna probably play some other stuff, and that's about it. So moving on. I want to move on here to streamlabs.com. Thank you for everybody right now. Like I said, the Schmobot is not able to connect into the StreamYards right now, so we definitely rely on the streamlabs.com/the Schmodown and super chats, and they keep and if you like the show the way that we've been doing it today, and you want to see more then obviously, but being able to send in those super chats and the Streamlabs, that actually helps to be able to do more shows like this, because then it's just it makes a little bit more sense. Solgal Scar, 1999. Anyone seen OJ Made in America? It is my favorite documentary of all time. It's the story of race, celebrity, America, and it's his story. Treat yourself. Superb stuff. Love you guys. Keep on the sterling work. You are a tonic in a world gone mad. From Wales. I heard great things about this documentary. OJ Made.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I've never saw it. You saw it? You love it? You love it?
Love it. It's so good and compelling, and it just conjures every emotion out of you. It's like, you know how there's certain shows, or like Goodfellas, whenever Goodfellas is on, wherever it is in the movie, you just finish watching Goodfellas.
Yeah.
The ESPN's been running a couple episodes of the OJ Made in America series every day this week. And like, if you happen to catch it, that's what you're doing for the next hour, 45 minutes until it ends. It's just such good documentary filmmaking. It's
really good. Huh? Yeah, I think I actually remember you were the one who told me how great it was. So it's something I probably have to check out. I don't know. Are you watching this? Are you watching this Tiger King thing?
I haven't done it yet myself. I haven't. I know I'm gonna end up doing it because everybody's talking about it, but I just I was like, I will stay as far as I can. Look, I watched Love Is Blind in The Circle, and I was refusing to watch both of those as first. But I know I'm gonna end up watching freaking Tiger King.
Yeah, I hear it's really good.
I did watch The Circle. I watched The Circle against my better judgment, and I did get a little sucked into it, but I have not yet gone down the Tiger King rabbit hole that everybody else is. But now Tiger King is further back in the Netflix backlog, because I'm going to binge like all of Ozark in the next 24 hours. I'm so excited that just dropped.
What is up with everybody all of a sudden like, yo, you just got to watch all of Ozark? Like, I understand. No, I've never seen it.
It's awesome, dude. It's awesome. It's a great show. It's like, it's the answer. Were you a Breaking Bad fan?
Yes.
It's the answer to Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's awesome, dude. It's really awesome. We were like, my wife told me last week that it was coming out again, and I didn't realize. And she's like, it comes out Sunday. I'm like, get out of here, or not Sunday, today. It comes out today.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the whole season, and already there's like reviews on it already. I guess people who watched it early, and they said it's better than the first two seasons. So I'm pretty pumped. About that. All right, I want to jump back in because we have a nice amount of streamlabs.com/Schmodown. And guys, I don't know how much time you guys have, but whenever you want to pop off, you can. I'm just going to be. I'm just kind of in the mood today to stream as long as I can, to be honest. And I'm just going to be inviting people in and having conversations. So stick around, whatever you want to do, and let's do it. Mark, how much time you got?
Did you send Bonnie the link, because she's probably having trouble with StreamYard? That would be my guess.
Bullshit. I've texted her and she hasn't gotten back to me at all. I don't know what the hell she's doing. She's just sleeping or whatever. Ellis, she called me yesterday. Normally she just texts, called me and told me that she wanted to do this. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm not sure. You got me for another 10, 15 minutes. So but I do want to point something out, is that I went to the Starbucks drive-through once late last week, because I don't want to leave the house any more than I have to. And so that's what this cup still is. You can even see the date on it. So I don't want anybody to think I'm like going to Starbucks twice a day. This is the white trash side of me, where I love drinking out of a plastic cup more than a glass. Yeah. And so that's what I'm sipping on, just so everybody knows.
I'm laughing because God knows if I had a glass mayonnaise jar, that'd be the same thing. Take the label off and everything, just clean it out real good. Like, hey, this is some good red ass Kool-Aid. Okay.
No, man,
y'all judge me.
I know. Look, that's why I'm okay with those Keurigs now, man. Because I know that a lot of people are asking, saying, "Go ahead, don't get Keurigs, don't get Keurigs." I'm so glad I've pumped up on these Keurigs. I drink 2 of these fuckers in the morning, and they're gone, because if I drink 3, I'm like bouncing off the walls. Can't do it.
Every time Christian and I had a meeting anywhere for Schmoes, because we took a lot of meetings in this decade that we've created so far. Every time you could sell Christian if they had a Keurig coffee machine there. they had a good coffee machine, Christian was like, we got to do business with these people.
Yo, my roommate has an espresso machine.
Oh yeah,
and let me tell you something, it has changed my life.
You know what? So when I go over to Skybound, like, so Brian Mitchell, who's our new he's our head of production for Schmodown now. He's awesome, by the way. He's really, you guys should get to know him. The crew, excuse me, the
Brian Mitchell.
Brian Mitchell, yeah, you've met
like the Washington Redskin great. Wow, that's exciting.
Well, so Brian, you know Brian, but Brian is also he is obsessed with this espresso and coffee machine that they have at Skybound, right? So he's, and I go to use the Keurig thing there, and he's like, no, you got to use this, and he's like, it's easy to use. 20 minutes later, as he's showing me like all the trinkets and the toys, I'm like, dude, I put the fucking cup in the thing and I slam it down and I push the button.
That's the most New York shit I've ever heard. Dude, I put the fucking cup in the thing, I slam it down, it fucking makes the coffee.
It's like Dr. Brown. Like at the end, he's trying to pull things on this thing, a little trinket, beep, 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 boom. Oh, now you got to pull it to the right, then go 2 steps up, two more to the left, turn it around 3 times, cough, and then and I'm like, dude, I just hit the button. That's it.
It sounds like the beginning of Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he wakes up and makes himself breakfast.
I was thinking the same thing. Hi, John B.
Alice, I never realized that, as much as there's a lot of impressions that I feel like there's some that when I'm like, it's not there yet. There's other ones I feel like, okay, I'm pretty confident with. I have a pretty decent Bobcat Goldthwait.
Okay, let's hear it.
Thank you very much. Scott Bowers, Antichrist. Thank you. Mark Ellis, make sure check out his.
Remember he was, and that wasn't even the best one I did so far. I hit one the other day, and it was just like, if you got him, if you have to come on. It's like he would get like halfway through it, and he'd get frustrated with himself, and he'd turn it from like into the middle of it. He'd be like,
make sure that if you're going over, check out Mark Ellis's, check out his YouTube channel.
It's a really good impression. I think the problem with doing a Bobcat is that it can get away from you fast. Like you did a really good job of reining it, but it's like you start with a lot of momentum, and then it's like this uncontrollable locomotive that you can't, and you forgot where you started. I got to hang out with him for like an entire day because he directed Eliza's 3rd Netflix special in Chicago, and I was opening, and so him and I were just kind of shooting the shit all day, and he's like the coolest, most chill dude you could ever want to meet.
Did you know that him and Robin Williams were like super tight?
Yeah.
I heard that. I've heard that.
So I watched that documentary on Robin Williams on HBO, and like there was a lot of clips with him and Bobcat together, and like they were really tight. So let's see. I'm gonna go to another one. Yeah, so Mark, how much? So there's a grand prize of like $1,500 at the end of the month. Is that what I'm reading?
That's the monthly leaderboard. Yeah. So every day it's a $50 pot. So whoever wins, whoever gets all 12, it's usually 12 questions. If you get all 12 questions right, then you get a share of the $50. And then even if you didn't have a perfect game, every point you get goes towards the monthly leaderboard. So your points add up, and whoever has the most points at the end of the month wins the $1,500. So it's a pretty cool thing. And it's just like, honestly, it's less about the money for most people. I think it's just a fun way to like engage with other people because you can't physically do it. And so you just kind of get to compete and talk some trash. And it's just, it's been so much fun for me to be able to do.
So I got to tell you a funny story about physically engaging with people. So both of our homies, all of our homies, Winston A. Marshall. So that's like my brother. He's out here hustling, working his ass off, right? Winston is doing Instacart. He calls me yesterday while he's in the store, and he has an order to pick up a big ass pack of condoms and candles, and it's for a woman. I was like, yo, they like, fuck this self-isolation and quarantine. I'm about to bust. Do you understand when you got to get candles too? You know, so that's somebody coming over. That's not nobody that lives in the house. That's somebody coming through. And the dude, whoever is going, was like, let me tell you something. I sprayed myself down with some Lysol, put a little hand sanitizer over this dick. Let's go to work. Like, I was crying when he told me the story.
You post funny ass videos too. I've seen some stuff that you post on that I like your Instagram. You find some funny shit, man. So
dude, I see stuff and it'll have me in tears.
Jay's a good follow on Instagram. Check him out.
Have you checked out the Black Bang Chronicles?
Which one?
the Black Bane Chronicles I've been doing.
Oh yes. I didn't hear what you said. You said Black Bang. I was like, no, I'm not gonna watch that.
So when I'm doing the voice in the mask, I have to make sure I say Bane clearly because I heard myself one time I filmed it and it was like Black Bane Chronicles. Yeah. I was like, ugh, that sounds like I'm doing orgies every day. Like,
he's back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
This is why I didn't do this in my room, but then my wife called me and kicked me off, so now I'm all dark.
Well, Brett's back, and
okay.
Honestly, it's funny. I thought your sound system and camera would be the best, and it's been the worst. All right, so now we're going to go over to Streamlabs again. Paul Denuzio, how much do you guys need to donate to have you trigger the chat to type shitwads and drive Goddard crazy? And to follow up, I tried to ask this yesterday. Who sold the Stone Cold Stunner the best? I say it's either Shane McMahon or The Rock. Definitely The Rock.
The Rock did it.
Bounce off the ropes.
The bounce. Wait, the flip up, bounce off the head, and everything. The Rock's is the best.
The Rock's is hand down the best. Every time he got to hit it, he would, because he was so tall and lanky. Like he would go down, and then his whole body would pop up, and he'd go up on the rope. So that and McMahon like just kind of like looked like he got knocked. He's just like slumped when he would get hit with it. So that's pretty funny one. Yeah, I think he definitely sold it. As far as, you know what, I don't know if Ben should be watching. So this will, everybody type in let's say you don't know shit, and then everybody says you don't know shit, and then the whole we had you know shit, you don't know shit go on last time, and it's crashed the stream, and Ben was trying to like clean up the whole thing. So Ben tries yeah, here it comes.
Is it fun, Mark?
I'm good, buddy. How are the kids? What's it like for you having like the kids like home all the time? Is that fun or is it like the worst?
A little bit of both. They are doing homework most of the day during the week, so monitoring that has been a struggle. But my wife's been home a lot, and this is the first day that she hadn't been able to do it. So I don't know if they're even doing homework in the other rooms. They could just be on the YouTubes watching some other show. So
it's weird. It's kind of like it's like one long snow day for them.
Oh yeah. But I mean, they were bummed about doing homework at first, but then they didn't realize that if they didn't do the homework, they'd have to make it up later. So they're doing all right. We're doing okay.
Brett, let me tell you something. You remember how we said when we did this the other day with the you don't know shit, how we said like what a dick move it was to do to Ben? I actually don't agree with that anymore. I think that it's actually a lot of fun because I'm looking at it right now and it's like a video game. It's when they're coming through, you got to try to hit the shows when they come in, and they go up so fast that you got to try to like catch them. It's like one of those like mobile app games that you have. I think I just gave them something fun to do. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gents, we have another guest.
Hey,
we have another guest. All right, so the game was played last time, and so Kate guessed that it was going to be Mark Ellis. She was correct. Everybody else guessed Bonnie last time.
Well, I changed my guess. Initially. So I'm going to go with Winston.
You're going to go with Winston this time. Okay.
Oh,
Brett?
I'll go with Winston.
I think go with Winston. All right. Ellis, who are you going to go with?
Is it too much of a hassle to give me a quick rundown as to who's been on the show already?
Yes. So Ken Nathrock was on already. Mokuga was on already. I think, and Ben Goddard was on already. And I think that's it. So,
okay. It's either going to be.
Now, remember.
If y'all are guessing Winston, then I'm going to guess Sabrina.
You're going to say it's Sabrina. Okay, so you say Sabrina, you say Winston. No guesses for Bonnie this time.
If it's fucking around to be Bonnie, that's going to be like, well, we tried originally.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So everyone, let's see what the guests. Some guests are saying Dan. Some people say Riley. Some people say Roxy. Some people say Bateman. Some people saying RB3 in the chat.
RB3, that's another good guess.
All right, does anybody want to guess? I'm about to hit the button.
I'm sticking on with Winston.
I'll stick with Winston.
Stick with Winston, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us now. She is not a she. It is Winston Marshall. I
knew it. I fucking called it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I was on Friends and I never show up on time today.
That's absolutely right. So, hey, is Winston from this? Does he look like the side from everybody else, or is he?
Turn your phone. Turn your phone.
Turn your phone.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Perfect. There you go. Now we.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I like my phone. I like my phone. I'm sorry.
There you go. Perfect. All right. So, Winston, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a bit. How's everything going? How's I mean, you got the gloves on? Are you going shopping?
Yeah, no, I am. So for those that some people know from watching Blurs in the Hood, I lost all my jobs. So I'm out here like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So hey, I told him the story about you calling me last night, about what you told me last night.
What about what I saw the other black dude doing Instacart? And I was
no,
like,
not that one.
hey,
no, the condoms and the candles.
Oh yeah, some lady definitely was buying seance candles and condoms. So she was clearly trying to put like a fun little spooky night together for her husband. It was something like it was gonna be fun. Yeah, right.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no. So I'm just out here buying groceries for old people and people that had cancer and stuff, and because that's most of the people that are making the orders are people that can't go out for themselves, and trying to help out a little bit, you know.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we miss the crew. We miss you for sure. Glad that you're still able to doing some broadcasting with you're still broadcasting with motherfucker. That's why you don't miss him, Jay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, and the other thing too, you know, Schmodown stuff. Definitely, one thing I will say about Winston also is that what you noticed for people who aren't noticing, you should. He has become a student of the game in the Schmodown. He knows the history already. He knows a lot of stuff. When are you going to go on? You know what? I would love to see you versus Jay on Schmobates on Chill to Action. That would
they just messaged me about being on Schmobates, and I actually, man, stuff is kind of crazy. So I actually moved into my place on Monday.
Okay.
So once I like put my roots down and like get all my stuff in my place, like I'm definitely down to do that.
Yeah, basically he's taking all the equipment I have here that he let me borrow because he was being a good friend, and I'm losing all this shit. And so see, I feel like just like I'm taking it all.
Microphones and stuff?
No, lights and shit. I got the good light is thanks to Winston. I'm not gonna even lie.
You do understand that after next week, Jay is literally just gonna look like this for a second. That's gonna be Jay going forward. So
he's gonna look like half a Roddy Piper from WrestleMania 6.
Sir, you ain't shit. I'd like to tell you this.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's crazy. All right, let's get to some more questions here.
Let me go order these lights now. Damn.
Yeah, you should. Chris Scorpio says you should do a skit with Dewberry sneaking in a video chat with Makuga during the quarantine, only to have his chat interrupted by Shannon. That was funny, actually.
That's funny.
Yes, Skulls Jar 1999, who asked the OJ question. Big B, quick thoughts on Rogue One, guys. We got the fucking pit boss in here. Oh, sorry, that was beforehand. Yeah.
Don't get it started.
Rogue One, I like Rogue One. I'm a big Rogue One fan. I think
I like Rogue One. I loved it.
Anybody
I loved
else?
it.
It's great.
Yeah,
Ben's not here, so we don't have the one person that hates Rogue One.
Why do you look? You're a doctor, like trying to touch someone's asshole. What are you doing right now?
Oh, my bad. I was reading the comments and I forgot my thumb was over the camera.
Yeah, stop doing that.
You were out here looking like a finger fucking specialist. Can you stop?
How's your prostate?
Hey, let me go there and get up in there and check it for
Turn
you.
it off. Go ahead and turn it off.
Hey, you got this. Hey, how you doing? Hey.
Okay, yeah, right, exactly. Hey, how are you? Okay, good. The doctor's gonna see you in 2 seconds.
So you've been coughing normally? You've been coughing good normally? You're good. You're good.
Who was
what
that?
about this?
How you work here?
How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel?
See that guy over there? Hello, SEN crew. The guy from Miami that you guys are talking about formally apologized for his statement, but now there are idiots who purposely licking products reminiscent of the ice cream lickers. One of them caused $35,000 of products to be thrown away. Yeah, we heard about that yesterday. People are fucking idiots. Sean Kurtaya, as a Miami resident, I was pissed about those damn spring breakers, a bunch of morons from out of town endangering all of us who live here. After all that, numbers down here in South Florida shot up. Glad they finally closed the beaches.
Chicago was the same. Everybody, let me tell you something. I know people, I've said this on Blurs in the Hood, and I've said it numerous times. People are inherently just they're just rebellious naturally. So in Chicago, everywhere, especially where I grew up on the South Side, people were just like, man, fuck what y'all talking about. We kicking it. And then the mayor was like, y'all gonna because the mayor already looked like a little thug because she was. So the mayor's like, y'all gonna quit playing and listen to me. Then she started shutting everything down. And then you get the idiots who go on Facebook talking about some, see, this is how they enact martial law. They're gonna take our rights away. No, y'all just don't fucking listen.
Stay home, idiots. I mean, come on. Why aren't you staying home? They clearly said if someone coughs on you, you can get sick. Big Beck. Just wanted to make sure Ken saw Disney's Nature Bears is coming to Disney Plus next month.
Ooh, it's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Ellis, have you been doing the Disney Plus at all while you've been out? While you've
I
been
don't
home?
have Disney. I got rid of Disney Plus.
Rid of it. You got rid of it.
Yeah, I got rid of it because I wanted to watch Mandalorian, and then I don't want to watch Encore. Sorry, I don't want to watch people do their old high school plays again. It's not not my cup of tea.
Every episode of Spider-Man is on there. X-Men animated series. I suggest you watch season 1 through 4 because season 5 wasn't shit. Like I've been kept Darkwing Duck is on there. Like yo, let me tell you something. I've been reliving my life.
Hey Brett, there's no chance that you and I get rid of Disney Plus because I don't know about your kids, but my kids are on it every day. Every day they're watching that thing, and it's perfect.
Okay, but I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a deal right now. I will get Disney Plus back, and I'll watch all the X-Men and all that good stuff. I just got to see how this OJ thing ends first.
Okay, perfect.
My daughter has been my daughter's mom tells me my daughter has been watching Frozen 2 non-stop.
Yeah. Well, then they're putting on Onward's going to be on there.
Yep.
Beginning of April.
He's got to keep rolling with it, Mark. The checks don't come in unless we keep plugging Disney Plus. I get the memo.
Which Mark, I finally saw one of your Rotten Tomato videos, man, about you out here, shrilling for Joaquin Phoenix, you son of a bitch. We all know Mark Hamill is the best one.
I put Mark Hamill won.
Clearly, he didn't watch the whole video.
No, the updated one, Joaquin won.
Mark Hamill won, and then we did an updated one, and I was like, Mark Hamill is still the winner.
Yeah, it's true.
But
Joaquin, I didn't understand it because it sounded like you said Joaquin.
No, we did an updated one to include Joaquin. So Mark Hamill is still the best Joker, and I think I had Ledger second. It was either Ledger or Joaquin was second, but
Winston, I'm going to do a review of your sound in your car.
Garbage. Wait, the sound in my car is garbage.
Garbage. Garbage.
Hey man,
hot ass trash is what it is.
It happens, bro. It happens. I'll be like, I don't know how long are you streaming. What time are you off today?
Listen, man, I'm at the point right now. I'm just gonna talk to people.
This is let you know how dire it got, Mark. You hear how he started? I was like, listen, man.
Yeah, today was I said today's gonna be the episode. I'm just gonna stay on, and as long as motherfuckers want to talk, I'm just gonna talk today. If it's a 5-hour episode of SEN Live, I'm staying on. People can join in, they can jump in. I'm on to talk. It's one of those things. The last show of the week. It's one of those things where, again, like I said, it's just I want to see who's doing what, and fans are enjoying it right now. Look at this guy. If this isn't the best review of all time. The fucking not the Hotel Nerd. I like him a lot, but Space Wolf Lounge. Look at this guy. Yo, this show is awesome sauce. I mean,
awesome sauce.
Look at this guy's thumbnail. I'm loving this guy's thumbnail. He's got the jacket on. He's got the hat. He's got the fucking face mask on. He's doing it right. I like what he's doing. I like the name.
I just
Space Wolf Lounge.
I just think he's a crib Christian. I don't think that's quarantine. I think that he's ready to find.
He's just a thug.
That's right.
Yeah, he just thug, bro.
Either way, he's protected. Well, then he's going to be able to protect himself for a long
Christian,
time.
I got a funny story about Winston that he ain't gonna tell y'all that I got to tell it because it made me laugh so hard last night. So one of the big things with Winston and I is we help each other out with self-tapes and auditions and stuff like that. So Winston hits me up about 10 something, was like, yo, are you done for the night? I'm like, nah, I'm good. What's up? He's like, yo, I got to do this audition. He said he might come by here. I was like, all right, come by, whatever. So we do it through Facebook video because it had to be easier. He was like, literally got to hurry to get this done because I'm on a timer. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right. I just took an edible. I was like, oh, God, I just want to see this edible kick in.
It was because I got the audition so late yesterday and it said it was due at Friday in the afternoon. I was like, I should be fine, right? Only for my agent to hit me up at 10 at night. So, like, how that self-tape coming because, the first one to come in are going to end up getting. I was like, God damn it. So I set everything up. And was literally playing race against the clock to see if I could finish my lines before all of a sudden I got
how did you do?
The shit on the wall.
How'd you do?
I finished it, and as soon as we wrapped, I said, "Oh, nigga, it's kicking in." I'm sorry, I don't like to say that word out here, but I couldn't help myself.
Now this is a Blue Chew edible, right?
That's right. Blue Chew. He got out of his Blue Chew. He got out of his car and assaulted 5 people down the block.
Winston walking in talking about something. What you want, lady?
He took a blue chew and he chewed someone 4 blocks away. All right, so let's see. Nomad 407. This is absolutely what I need right now. This is what I hope for. I'm glad to see my favorite personalities all together. Please do this more often. Possibly being laid off, but keeping high hopes. Me and my family are going to be all right. Keeping hope out there, folks. Well, thank you so much, Nomad, and keep your head up, my man. Sugar Gum. Goddard, will you come out of this with a quarantine baby? And Brett, what are you drinking? So Goddard will have to answer that in the chat room. And Brett, are you drinking anything?
No, it's one of those spin drift. Like it's a just regular. It's not booze. It was just sparkling water with real juice.
All right, now if this next comment is true, we have problems. Tyler Gosha says, my uncle is a nurse and he saw another nurse cough in the face of someone and said, we all have the virus anyway. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah,
okay, am I supposed to laugh?
I know, that's a problem. Oh my God.
I don't think that's a very good nurse. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's a problem. All right. Well, Pac-Man Dwayne put in a very, very generous schmobot of $20 and says there is a God, and he answered my prayers. Ken, the pit boss, was here, and we played that old game that Ken was the. Oh, Ken, we played the old game that Ken was the movie producer, and Ben and Brett have to pitch him a move. And, so you know what? We'll hold that for Ken because, like I said, I'm going to be doing more of these. So Pac-Man Dwayne, I'll hold this for sure. So let's do that one once Ken is back. Nate Dogg, I miss your Star Wars talk, but I understand why you slowed down the chatter. Would you think about guesting on Force Center or maybe doing a commentary with Ken? Side note, did you guys see Jericho and Vanguard on AEW? I've been a fan since Toad Hop. Thank you for making my day. I didn't see the Jericho and Vanguard thing, Jay. Did you?
He cut a promo on the drone. It's the great.
What happened?
So Vanguard 1 is Matt Hardy's drone. If you ever follow Matt Hardy when he did his web series. So, of course, Vanguard 1 has been brought into AEW. And Jericho cut a full promo on the drone. It was amazing. You know what? I love AEW because they're taking a lot of risk. And granted, they're trying to do things to separate themselves fully from WWE, which they have to. But, dude, Chris Jericho right now, I love how he continually evolves and reinvents himself.
Yeah, me too. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time, for sure. Anyway, so let's get to.
I got one more question in me. Then I got to take off.
Oh, good. Okay, so let's see.
So make it. Yeah, it's something not about Ben Goddard's quarantine life
or wrestling. That's a wrestling one. So that's
no, dude. You can ask a wrestling question. Like for my money, the greatest wrestling match I ever saw was Igneous Jackson when he took down Butch the Titanic Ferguson in that amazing belted match. And John the Viper Represario was ref. It was crazy.
He was good. It was a good one. I won't do that one. So let's see. Here's one. Suge Knight 323. What is the first thing that everyone's going to do once they're able to go outside? Christian, did you see Ken doing the baseball card trick? Ken is a Jedi. We need Christian and Ben playing Warzone on Twitch. Have a great day, everyone. # Bandit Brigade. I didn't see that card trick yet, but I would love to see what Ken did. But what are you guys going to do when you're able to go outside? Mark, we'll start with you, and then you can jump out.
I'm going to go lick every old person I see because we're all cured, and we can do that again.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's fine. Anybody else?
I'm gonna go get smashed at a bar. I mean, I'm already out here in these streets, but the bars are closed, so it's depressing.
I'm going to a bar.
Here.
It's gonna be a pocket full of magnums and a bar trip for me. Like let's go.
What the fuck?
You know what?
Hey, man.
You know what? I'll do something now. I don't know how many of these call to action people are watching right now. This has nothing to do with going outside. And so I want to see if I don't know if Alex or anybody who runs Schmobates is on there right now. I don't know if they can put it together fast enough. If they're able to put one fast enough, I will play someone today. If they're able to get it. Again, that's hard. It might be hard for them to set up, but if they're able to, then I'll do one today. But I don't know if they're able to do it. All right, Mark, listen, man, let's do it again.
Be well, everyone. Christian, hit me up about this weekend, and I'm sure you and I will be talking offline. And everybody else out there, send me a text if you need to talk, if you need to weep, if you need to laugh. Hit me up. You know I'm around.
Awesome, thanks, Mark.
I'll be weeping your way.
That's right. Check it out. I'm going to finish up some of these questions, and maybe we'll call it a day also. So, Ramon Fritz, what do you all think of the debut?
I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I got a phone call and it
Go for
kind
it.
of messed everything up. So
Oh,
I'm gonna go.
We can hear you.
Talk to you soon.
But I'll try and
Get off.
later.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
All right, Winston's gone too. It's me, Jay, and Brett here, and we will get to a couple more. Brett, not Brett. Jay, what do you think of the debuts in AEW and WWE? Would you say that AEW has been doing better recently with debuts, especially when considering NXT wrestlers are going up to Raw or SmackDown? My opinion, any debut in AEW is better, but they're still young.
I agree with that. I think the debuts in AEW, the big thing is everybody's looking at, okay, who from WWE is coming over? And I wish we could stop that because I want AEW to grow off its own talent. NXT is absolutely that. NXT is a breeding ground. It's a farm town. It's a developmental league. You're not meant to stay there. Granted, you have people like Gargano and Ciampa who want to stay there. Look, by the way, if you follow me on Twitter, please, I have a video up. I'm trying to be in this hashtag search for Spears because he's looking for a new tag team partner. So please retweet that, use the hashtag search for Spears. But I think every debut thus far, I've had two friends who just debuted on AEW Dark. It's been interesting because these are talents that may have worked WWE Dark matches in a long time ago, but they weren't on a big name. And AEW is building up stars who you need to know.
That's awesome. So, yeah, see, I need to catch up a little bit more on AEW, to be honest with you. I think it's just been hard for me because there's like Brett says, there's just always so much on.
Right. Yeah, it is. I mean, but it's the one thing, like I watch all the products because, of course, I have friends everywhere. You know, it's one of the things, like I want to support my buddies in all the companies, whether it be NWA, MLW, WWE, ROH, AEW. I have my eye on AEW because I would love to be in AEW. That's why I've gotten in the best shape I think I've ever fucking been in my life and still getting better. And, you know, it's growing and it's an option now. It's a viable option. And I know I should have mentioned Impact, but AEW is a viable option now. There's not you got to go to the WWE or that's it.
There you go. Thank you. All right, let's get to. All right, Bruce Leroy, thanks for bringing the laughs and representing the Huskers. Thank you, Bruce Leroy. Very nice, generous donation. Really appreciate it. Tamor17, love you guys. Stay safe. Good to see that Ken came back on here. Thank you so much, Tamor. I appreciate it. Soskar 1999, my local Indian restaurant, just gave me a free meal to my parents and all local NHS workers. This kind of stuff is good for the soul. Props. That's awesome. Indian food's the best. Oh, I love Indian food.
Too spicy for me.
Yeah, if you don't like curry, it's a tough one.
I love it, dude. Oh, love it so much. I like spicy food, though. Suge9323, thank you for the nice question. Alex, tomorrow is Alex Shashek. Tomorrow, C2A is doing a 1-year anniversary episode, complete with guests, drinking games, and roasting at 9 Central. Missing everyone. Thank you, Alex. Missing all you guys, too. Go and check that out for sure. PC, Nate Dogg says he would love to see you guys stream WWE 2K19 and play an old school Rumble or maybe create a character. Be fun, too. I got to start doing. Jay, do you Twitch?
No, because I haven't bought a video game system. I'm going to go buy one now because I've been putting it off for so long, but now it's just been like, which one do I buy? Because, it's between the PS5 is about to come out. There's still Xbox, there's PS4. And it's like, what do I get? Everybody's like, well, if you want to do this, if you want to do that. So it's really a difficult decision. But once I get it, I'm starting to stream. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Awesome. Okay. Josh DeMaio asks, Baby shark. Okay. Now you know. No. Now you know. No. Now you know. Now you know. I like it. It's good. That's a good version of it. How are you doing, Jay Washington? Now you know.
I don't do this. Don't do this.
Oh, Jay Washington's sitting there and he's wondering what is this. Now you know. He doesn't know. Now you know. He's not sure. Now you know. So we got to tell him. Now you know. Jay is here, now you know, he's confused, now you know, he's confused, now you know. Look at him scared, now you know, he's got two crazy white guys in the room, now you know. They're singing crazy songs, they're moving their head, they don't understand. He asked the bus driver, now you know. Now you know. Brett is there, he's the bus driver, now you know.
Hey guys, get off the bus. Please stop licking each other's faces.
Jay's scared. He's so very scared. And now he's gonna be more scared because I have another guest. There's another guest, guys.
Who is it?
Another guest coming in. All right, Jay, you want to guess? You want the chat room to guess?
All right, I'm gonna go. Okay, so we've had Winston. I'm gonna guess. Finally, we get Bonnie.
You think we get Bonnie? You think Bonnie has finally showed up at 12:30? Bonnie is going to want the audience to guess who is going to be here right now. It is not Bonnie. It is not. No, I'm just kidding. Who do you think it is? Is it Bonnie? They think it's Bonnie. Brett, who do you think it is?
Roka.
We're saying Roka. Some people are saying Sabrina. What do you think, Brett?
Oh, I said Roka.
You said Roka. All right. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Here is our next guest, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit!
Bobby Gucci in the
Lord
house.
have mercy.
Spin the camera. Will this spin? You by the way, you got to turn the camera so we can
turn the camera, dumbass.
Turn the camera where?
Turn it sideways, dumbass.
There you go. That a girl, much better. Bobby Gucci, that beard is something.
Oh,
that is a beard and a half. You're like my dad though right now. Can you just focus the camera actually on your face, not the side of your ear?
Yeah, I'll try.
I mean, you try.
Well, I got a walkie-talkie in my hand. I'm doing stuff.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna move those. I'm helping the police department.
What are you doing? What?
Traffic.
Find you?
Yeah, traffic and stuff. A bunch of other things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They always
actually, I'm just telling my girlfriend what to do at the store.
Yeah, nobody knows. So what have you been doing with yourself?
Growing my beard.
Yeah, it's been a good job. What's with that face with your lip? What are you doing with your lip over there?
Nothing. I just got. I'm busy.
Yeah. Who does the best impression of you, by the way?
Oh, that's you for sure.
Absolutely. some of these videos that have come out. So someone said you look like Tom Hanks from Castaway.
Oh man, it's close. Look, here's what I'm doing. To add Corona beard. No. West Covina beard.
That's what he said. Covina
doing.
He didn't say Corona.
What I'm doing is working out. I am learning a different language.
Oh, okay.
I am becoming smarter, faster, stronger,
as
sexier.
Okay.
If that's even remotely possible, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Why is he even here?
No one knows.
This makes no sense.
I mean, look, I'm hanging out.
No, we do not want to see your nipples.
So we joining us on the show is Black Bang. Black Bang is here.
Yeah, we don't understand why he has no shirt. That is not good for the people.
I think this is a true story. I think Christian is better at Dagnino than even Dagnino is.
Dagnino doesn't know what his life is about.
No, he has no idea. All right, let's get back.
Lived in the darkness.
Get back to some more
what are you guys doing
yourself going shopping with that man?
Everybody's talking at the same time now. I got to be honest, though, 2.5 hours. The fact that that's the first time that's happened, I'm impressed. But it doesn't surprise me that the first time it happens is when Gucci's.
I understand. I don't understand why he is here with no shirt and a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Let's
we have to do that.
All right, look, you humps. I want to get back into some more questions before I got to end this thing.
Okay, what's the next questions?
All right, PC Nate Dogg. Oh, that's okay. Who talked about streaming and the WWE 2K19. Possibly just got to set up that Twitch thing, man. Cinefanatics Part 1. Chris here wanted to shoot a little support during this time and to encourage others to send in Streamlabs. Still, if they can't do much right now, but every bit helps. We're with you guys no matter what. Thank you guys. Thank you, Chris, and thank you guys for being tremendous fans. And
I had to fix the mask.
Quick plug across the networks. All the movie guys appearances on Call to Action backstage is here, backstage here is Killer, and the tagline on Tuesday nights 9:30 PST on Cinefanatics.
I'm just helping everybody out.
Yeah, love you guys. Stay strong, stay home. Hopefully, we'll see y'all rather sooner than later. Absolutely true. Thank you very much. First rate Nate. Ken is the best. Build Legos with him on Twitch. Apparently, you can do that. That's great too. Let me turn this. I'm going to turn your mic off.
Please turn his microphone down. He does not know what he is doing.
Just did.
God.
Okay, and now first rate Nate. Rob Revan. Christian, I've been fanning this for years. It's the first time.
He is walking down the street naked. This is very, very sad.
What are you doing? What's he doing?
We don't want to see your dirty hands.
You know what? Watch this. I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You got rid of him. All right, let me go back to it. Let me go back to this question because I want to try to finish up here. Okay, Christian, been a fan for years, but this is the first time I'm catching a live show and commenting. I'm an ER nurse, and as you can guess, work has been stressful, but I'm thankful I at least have a job through all of this. I just wanted to show some support and say thank you to the crew for giving me something to laugh about when I get home after the hard nights. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you all, especially you, Brett. Wish you and your families the very best. Well, Rob, thank you. Please stay safe, and thank you for the nice words, and thank you for everything that you're doing out there. Yes, absolutely. Please stay safe, and thank you.
Appreciate you helping take care of the people.
That's right. And I also wanted to thank and Tamer, by the way, who put in that big donation. Love you guys. Stay safe. Good to see Ken back. Knight Saris, thank you for an awesome show. Thank you, Knight Saris, for the generous donation. Trash Panda, if you guys feel like dancing this weekend, Insomniac Events is live streaming DJ sets from 8 to midnight tonight and tomorrow on their YouTube channel. I watched last week's session. It was fun. Thank you for the recommendation.
You need to check out D Nice on Instagram and Questlove. They are doing amazing things.
Are we doing this for the rest of the show?
Yeah, this is as long as the mask is here, this is going to happen.
Well, I can't reach through and take it off your face. So
I know, but you're stuck with me.
All right, well, watch this. So you know what? No, pretend you start talking. Start talking. Hey, everybody. My name is Jay Washington, and I finally sound like I wanted to. I'm doing the voice. I'm doing the voice that I this is the voice that I thought that if I always was going to impersonate Christian, this is the voice. This is the way I would be doing it. Hey, it's Christian. I like watch. Here's my impression of Christian Harloff. Oh, I couldn't go to Galaxy's Edge. Look at me. Oh, I should have gone. Why didn't they let me go? Oh, I'm a big man, baby. Look at me. Oh.
It's madness. Thank you. Thank you.
That was a good impression, Jay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's see. Thank you for an awesome show. Thank you so much, Trash Panda. Thank you. Better Call Saul. Game of Thrones was nominated for Best Drama at the Emmys 8 times, won 4 times. Which fantasy or sci-fi show is going to take Game of Thrones slot? Is it The Witcher, Stranger Things, or Mandalorian? I mean, as far as my attention goes, it's The Mandalorian. As far as notoriety and critical acclaim, I think it's Stranger Things. So far, they have more... I don't know. They have more.
Don't discount Westworld.
Westworld too. That's another one, I think. Philly G, love the show and the format. Thank you. CSM says Ellis, he's been watching the Spurs title clinching games recently. Makes him feel better after a rough year. Cheers to the crew from San Antonio. Thank you. Roca Senior Discount. Has anyone been watching Better Call Saul? If not, now's your chance. Catch up on Netflix. I need to watch that, man. I really need to. Haskell 420. Hey, guys, can we get Charles introducing Jay's Cat Williams to Anaconda Bread and the both of them telling Ellis, telling him not to use the same cup? We can still.
Excuse me, what is Anaconda Bread?
So you'll talk to Anaconda Bread. Do you do a Cat Williams, Jay?
I know very well the Cat Williams.
You do?
Excuse me. 1 second.
Yeah, so there's Cat Williams, all right. So Charles is going to introduce Cat Williams to Anaconda Brett, and the both of them tell Ellis not to use the same.
Yeah, I wanted to know what you were talking about. Cat Williams. Now, listen. So here's the problem with N-words. Okay, N-words are always doing things that they have no business doing. But what about their self-esteem? Because bitch, it's all about yourself. Now, what is this Anaconda Brett bullshit I heard?
Oh, you don't know about Anaconda Bread? It's actually Anaconda John Voight. But for some reason, they call me Anaconda Bread now.
He has lost his rabbit-ass mind. Oh, my God. Oh, my Jesus.
Oh, yeah, I lost it a long time ago. I lost a lot from a snake.
Oh, by the way, just to let you know, Cat, this is Anaconda Bread. Now you know, formerly known as Anaconda John Voight. Now,
which voice and which name is it? I don't know. Is it John Voight or is it Anaconda Brett? Okay, is it Angelina Jolie's daddy? Is he responsible for them lips? She has the thinnest lips any white woman has ever had in the history of white women.
That is very true to me and to you and to everyone else. Now you know.
Why does it sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger is introducing Anaconda Brett? It sounds like Arnold has his nuts in a vice grip. Okay?
Oh, that's not nice to say to me. Now you know.
All right, Manny, this has been fucking awesome. What's up, everyone? It's Mount Washington. Loving Blurs in the Hood. You guys should do Steam.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is.
Steam or
Steam.
Was it supposed to be Stream?
Maybe, but it said you guys should do Steam.
I don't know what that is. I mean, we stream every Tuesday live, so I
There you
don't
go.
know.
Marty Collins. Hey, guys. Thank you, Manny, by the way, for that wonderful donation. Really appreciate it. Marty Collins. Hey, guys. Thoughts on the Comedy Gives Back Relief Fund? Looking forward to catching the lineup on 4/4 and supporting the community. I don't know enough about it, but it's always good when they're able to do some more of that stuff. And it reminds me of the comic relief stuff they used to do with Robin Williams, Whoopi Goldberg, and Billy Crystal. Yeah. That's everything.
Steam is a gaming service. My son plays the Steam.
Okay.
But is that something where you interact with people? I thought it was just playing games.
Not sure, but that's
it's a game. So we got it. It's an online thing. That's right, Brett. So basically, they would want us to do it online. We'd have to set up the Blurs in the Hood Twitch for that, and so that is me doing all of that.
all right. Okay, look. So I think I'm going to finish up these super chats, and then we're going to call it a day here.
All right.
ZCM Zombie Custom Maps says the new Pearl Jam album is out. And that's good. I'll have to listen to that pretty soon. Devin Allen, your 100th SEN episode is coming out. Anything special? Probably another episode like this. Probably do something like this for 100. Kayla Hartman, just watching Eating History. Love it so much. Glad that you're able to do that. Check out and support Josh McCouga, please. Oops, what happened there? Oh, there it is. David Wilson, I'm offended that you guys clearly have a microphone in my bathroom. I don't know what that. Oh, because I know what you're saying. Because of this one. Yeah, or is it? It's here somewhere. There. Yeah. Wesley Aaron Roth. Hey, any chance you'll have Damon on Backstage too? Well, there's definitely more of an opportunity to do it now. A lot of people want to come on Backstage now because of the opportunity to do it through StreamYard. Kyle Beckworth I just bought season 1 of Eating History through Vudu. It's available on Google Play too. Josh, congrats on the show. Ken, I love the audiobook of Why We Love Star Wars. Thank you for the support, Kyle. Pappy M puts in a nice donation. Jake Gehring, love you guys. Ken, thank you so much for continuing Cashly Talk. We read that one earlier for sure. Morse Code Z put in a super chat that we talked about before. And same thing with Orlando Orrego. And same thing with Jake Gehring. Big B said Knapsack had a goat take today. Mario Gonzalez had a super chat. Paul Denuzio put a super chat in that we read before. Craig Ward, loving the show. I'm crying with laughter. Thank you, guys. Juan Martez says this is the best. B. Kursker, here's some money for the pit boss preaching the truth. And taking of the source system can't be hop on SEN Live. His show is finished. Well, we're about to end. I mean, eventually I'm going to try to get a lot of people on here too and reach out to as many guests as possible. So we'll have like a full on reunion. So I think for today though, I mean, even 12:40 probably be the end of it. We have almost 3 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Almost 3 hours.
I've neglected my children for almost 3 hours.
It's good. So, Jay, I wanted to thank you, my man. Where can people find you?
Thank you for having me, bro. It's always fun being back on here, even during these circumstances. Brett, great to see you. Follow me Twitter, Instagram at Mr. J Washington. You should know how to spell it. It's right there. My YouTube channel, youtube.com/JAY Washington 80. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get these numbers up. I need y'all to help me, please. I just want to feel important. Please. Also, Blurs in the Hood, me and Winston A. Marshall, every Tuesday live, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can check our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BLERDS, the letter NTHEHOOD.
Jay Washington, ladies and gentlemen. Brett Sheridan, make sure you're following him. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff with Brett coming up soon. I talked to Brett and Kate. We're going to be doing exclusive content for the SEN Live Patreon. So if you want to go and join SEN Live Patreon, do that today. You're going to get exclusive content. You're going to help them develop their show that we're going to be doing. It'll be a weekly show with Brett and Kate, but they're going to be developing the show with you guys, and they're going to be doing that exclusively through content on the Patreon that will be you can access it by being a Patreon member. Same thing with Schmodown. Join the Patreon today. I think that what I want to do because of this, I think that we're going to try to do like a little raffle, and my idea is that $10 patrons on both for SEN Live. If you're a $10 patron, we're gonna give like a little raffle of people can actually call in and be a part of this show for a little bit. We're going to send the link out to people to do some stuff. Same thing with Backstage for Schmodown. So at the $10 tier and up, you'll be able to do that. We're going to send out a little thing inside of for the $10 patrons and say, okay, if you're interested in potentially calling into the show, this is the actual raffle. And then we're going to pick somebody. We'll message that person, get their email address, and send them the link. And there you go. So join the Patreon. We'll start doing more of these live streams here. Thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate you joining us here today. I'm glad that you really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed doing this show. It was fun. It started with me. It ended with a whole bunch of people in the universe. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. So thanks for joining us here on SEN Live. Thank you to Jay Washington again, to Brett Sheridan, to Mark Ellis, Ken Knapsack, Josh McCouga, Kate Mulligan, Winston Marshall, Bobby Finstock. I think that's everybody. Ben Goddard, everybody. So thanks for joining us, guys. Really appreciate it. We're going to try to do this again sooner than later. So peace out, Mother F's.
Do this.